This is Nationwide 90 FM, owned and operated by Nationwide News Network. We broadcast from our studios at 6 Bradley Avenue, Kingston 10, Jamaica. Transmitting on the FM 90 band. 90.3 from Peters Rock in St. Andrew and Murphy Hill in St. Anne. Serving Kingston and St. Andrew, St. Catherine, St. Anne, parts of Clarendon, St. Mary, and St. Thomas. 90.5 from Huntley in Manchester, transmitting to St. Elizabeth, Westmoreland, Manchester, Clarendon, rural St. Andrew, and parts of St. Thomas. And 90.7 from Coopers Hill in St. Andrew and Flower Hill in St. James, serving Westmoreland, Hanover, St. James, sections of Trelawney, Kingston, St. Catherine, Clarendon, St. Mary, Portland, and St. Anne. Nationwide 90 FM also broadcasts on the World Wide Web on nationwideradiojm.com and on Flow on channel 916. Nationwide 90 FM, a revolution in media. You're listening to Nationwide 90 FM. The time is
6 o'clock.
From the studios of Nationwide Radio, morning radio the right way. It's Nationwide This Morning.
A very good morning to you. I'm Tona Thomas. Coming up in the news at 6 for this morning, Tuesday, December 19, 2023. Former DCP Mark Shields says any unexplained death must be treated as a crime scene at the first instance. He was reacting to news that a murder investigation has been launched into the death of Melissa Silvera, the wife of former PNP MP Julian Silvera. And the PNP says it acknowledges with grave concern the recent developments surrounding the death of Mrs. Silvera. Archbishop of Kingston Kenneth Richards says the Pope's formal permission for Catholic priests to bless same-sex couples has been taken out of context. In regional news, a new dress code for government offices in Trinidad and Tobago coming in January. International news, Iceland volcano erupts after weeks of earthquake activity. In sports, Waterhouse and Harbourview posted impressive victories in their final round of games in the Ray and Nephew Jamaica Premier League last night. And in business, Apple will stop selling its latest watches in the U.S. after the U.S. found it had violated patent rights. The details after the break.
I earn hugs and rewards.
I earn smiles and rewards.
Whatever you get from giving your gifts this holiday season is made even better when you use your Sagicor Bank credit card, because you will earn rewards on every dollar you spend.
I earn.
Dad, you're the best!
Use your Sagicor Bank credit card to do all your holiday spending and earn the best rewards ever. Conditions apply.
Catch the first news of the day, a comprehensive package of local, international, sports, and business news. The news at 6 on Nationwide 90 FM.
Now to the details. Former Deputy Commissioner of Police Mark Shields says a number of steps must be taken by first responders when processing the scene of a crime. Mr. Shields was reacting to news that a murder investigation has been launched into the death of Melissa Silvera, the wife of former PNP Member of Parliament Julian Silvera. Mr. Shields, who is also Managing Director at Shields Crime and Security Consultants, was speaking on Nationwide at 5 on Monday. Mahira Stewart reports.
Our news center understands the original investigators into Mrs. Silvera's death are under scrutiny on how the initial preliminary investigations were conducted. Mr. Shields says the first step in processing the scene of a death is to gather as much evidence as possible.
One of the most important things will be is to photograph the scene, to take sketch map, to make a videograph of the scene, to gather all of that evidence, to look for anything which might be related to the deceased around that crime scene. They're really the first steps that will be taken.
Initial reports had suggested that Mrs. Silvera died in her sleep on November 10 this year. However, it's now understood that the police upgraded their probe after Mrs. Silvera's post-mortem report revealed she was shot at least 3 times. Mr. Shields noted that any unexplained death must be treated as a crime scene at the first instance.
Once the police have arrived, and if they've assessed it's an unexplained death, then yes, we would keep everybody from that room. We'd even keep nosy senior officers or other police officers away from the scene. The only people that would go into a house, which would be cordoned from the outside, there'd be a uniform officer outside of the house. Only critical people involved in the investigation will be allowed into that scene, and when they go into the scene, they will be dressed accordingly in order that they do not shed any of their own DNA or anything else from their bodies once they go into that crime scene to contaminate it.
He says that only those critical to the investigation are allowed inside a house where an individual has died. But Mr. Shields says it becomes difficult to conduct a murder investigation once the location where someone has died becomes contaminated.
The important thing is when it's not clearly a murder investigation, in other words, there's not a knife or multiple gunshot wounds, one cannot be too careful. One has to treat it as an unexplained death, treat it as a crime scene, because afterwards, if one finds out that, in fact, it is natural causes or some other incident, then it's easy to wind the thing down. But it's very, very difficult, once you've created a situation where the crime scene or the scene has been trampled on, to ramp it up again later on, back into a crime scene, because one tends to lose so much evidence.
Mahiri Stewart for Nationwide News.
Meanwhile, the opposition People's National Party PNP says it acknowledges with grave concern the recent developments surrounding the death of Mrs. Silvera. In a release on Monday, the party expressed its sympathies to the loved ones affected by the distressing event. It says it strongly supports the ongoing investigation. The PNP further stresses the importance of allowing the authorities to conduct a thorough investigation in order to provide clarity and closure to what they're describing as a tragic situation. Now, attorney for Portland businessman Everton Beachy Stout McDonald, John Jacobs, has taken issue with the fact that investigators failed to disclose in their initial statements the seizure of a phone belonging to convicted contract killer Denverlin Bubla Minot. According to Mr. Jacobs, the seizure of the phone was only disclosed in statements after the trial started. Beachy Stout and another man, Oscar Barnes, are on trial for the murder of his second wife, Tonya Hamilton McDonald, on July 20, 2020. Bubla, who is now a state witness, testified that during talks with Beachy Stout about Tonya's murder, his phone inadvertently recorded the conversations. That phone has since been entered into evidence. Robin Williams reports.
The trial commenced on September 18, 2023. During cross-examination on Monday, it was revealed that the lead investigator made 3 statements that were placed on the case file. 2 were prepared before the trial started and the other submitted on September 21, 2023, 2 days into the trial. In his 2 statements before the trial, the lead investigator made no mention of a Samsung A31 mobile phone taken from Bubla. No mention was made of an SD card containing recorded conversations. Attorney John Jacobs asked the lead investigator if he considered the information about the phone to be important, to which the investigator answered, "All the information is important, sir." Mr. Jacobs shot back with another question, quote, "So you select what to leave out and what to put in your statement?" End quote. The investigator replied, quote, "Not necessarily, but if you are to include everything in a statement, you will never finish that statement." End quote. Mr. Jacobs then suggested that the reason why the phone wasn't included in any statements prior to the start of the trial was because there was no such phone. The investigator said, quote, "That's not true, sir. The phone existed." End quote. It was revealed that in the first statement the investigator gave on August 26, 2020, he detailed his daily activities in chronological order. Bubla's apprehension and the search of his house on August 3, 2020 was also recorded in the statement, but there was still no mention of any phone being seized. The police who conducted the search had previously testified that he took Bubla's phone from him within seconds of entering his premises. But he too failed to make any mention of the phone in statements he made prior to the start of the trial. Mr. Jacobs expressed concern that none of the officers who came in contact with the phone mentioned the phone before the trial commenced. Mr. Jacobs asked, quote, "When you spoke to Bubla about the phone, did he tell you that there was information on the phone that could assist in the investigation?" End quote. The lead investigator said, quote, "Mr. Minot didn't tell me anything about the phone." End quote. However, he insisted that the phone existed before the start of the trial despite the omission from his statements prior. Robianne Williams for Nationwide News.
Meanwhile, a compact disc or CD containing recordings of telephone conversations allegedly between Bubla and Beachy Stout has been entered into evidence. The recordings were purportedly extracted from Bubla's phone. The lead investigator testified about how he and another officer went to a location with Bubla, inserted the CD into an electronic device and listened to the recordings. He said Bubla identified voices during the conversations. The lead investigator told the court that the case file was complete before the start of the trial on September 18, 2023. When asked if any other documents were submitted to the case file after the trial commenced, the lead investigator said, "Yes, madam." He said he had a dialogue with the Crown after the trial commenced and he was given certain instructions. He said further police statements were prepared with respect to the chain of custody for items based on new developments in the case. When asked why the statements weren't prepared before the instructions were given by the Crown, the lead investigator said there was no clear reason. The trial will continue today at 10 a.m. Now, Archbishop of Kingston, Kenneth Richards, says the Pope's formal permission for Catholic priests to bless same-sex couples has been taken out of context. According to a document published by the Vatican's Faith Department and approved by the Pope, the blessings may be carried out providing they are not part of a regular church rituals or liturgies, nor at the same time as a civil union. A blessing consists of invoking God's benevolence on a person and is generally carried out by a priest. Speaking on Monday on Nationwide at 5, Mr. Richards says the Pope's permission only concerns the pastoral definition of a blessing as opposed to allowing same-sex marriage.
I think that person may be exaggerating what the Holy Father is asking. That is not giving a blessing in the formal sense that would be given to a couple, a man and a woman, according to what the Scriptures requires and according to the Church's teaching. The document itself was explaining the pastoral meaning for blessing, and it involves that persons who are blessed in this way, that they would be in accord with the teachings of the Scriptures and the teachings of the Church.
Mr. Richards says the Pope's formal permission is also extended to unmarried couples, remarried couples, and those that have divorced. He says a blessing does not mean the union is blessed, but instead to bless their situation.
It has always been commonplace for pastors to pray for persons who come for pastoral guidance, etc. And I suppose because it has become topical with respect to LGBT, and also, and one of the things about the document is not geared primarily towards the same-sex relationship. It was also about man and woman relationship that the church describes as irregular, divorcees, remarry, etc. Not to bless their union, but to bless them in their sickness, to bless them in the challenges, seeking inspiration and guidance from God.
Kenneth Richards, Archbishop of Kingston. Senior advisor and strategist in the Ministry of Tourism, Delano Seavright, says partnerships with airline companies are key to sustaining strong growth in the industry in the post-COVID environment. On Saturday, the Canadian airline Flair made its inaugural flight to Jamaica with a non-stop service between Toronto and Kingston. Delta Airlines is also set to launch non-stop flights between New York's John F. Kennedy Airport and Kingston in January. Mr. Seavright says these developments augur well for Kingston and its environs as a major tourism destination.
The updates from Flair, Delta, and Jetlines are all very, very positive. It shows that Kingston is being treated more seriously as a tourism destination and as a destination for them to operate their flights. We highlight that Kingston is becoming very popular for entertainment events on an international scale now. We also highlight, of course, the increasing number of hotels and Airbnbs, the very strong diaspora traffic, the very strong local traffic that travels out of Kingston overseas. And of course, we noted the improvements in the highway network heading out of Kingston. All of these things sell Kingston in a very positive way.
Another Canadian airline, Jet Lines, is set to launch non-stop services between Toronto and Kingston early next year, bringing the number of airlines offering non-stop flights between Canada and Kingston to 5. Delta Airlines, JetBlue, and Caribbean Airlines are all now offering non-stop service between New York's JFK and Norman Manley International Airport in Kingston. Mr. Seavright says this is the result of the work being done to market Kingston as a destination of choice for both business and leisure travelers.
And it benefits all of Kingston and all of Jamaica, because the more passengers you have, the more revenues, the more jobs, the more opportunities for farmers, taxi drivers, and many other businesses, small, medium, micro. And of course, the revenues to government will increase, and that of course assists the government in its program as it relates to road fixing, hospitals, schools, and the many other areas of government that we have to pay attention to. So it's very positive, and we will continue in our efforts to push Kingston as a destination, and we will always continue to encourage airlines to put Kingston as a viable option going forward.
Delano Seavright, a senior advisor and strategist in the Ministry of Tourism. The major organized crime and anti-corruption agency MOCA says it has successfully prosecuted a former member of the Jamaica Constabulary Force JCF for larceny as a civil servant. In a release, MOCA says District Constable Aquino Barnes was sentenced last Thursday to 6 months imprisonment at hard labor or pay a fine of $100,000. The sentence stems from the constable's earlier conviction in the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court for the charge of larceny as a servant. Barnes was arrested and charged in 2012 for using the petrol advance card designated for JCF service vehicles to pay for fuel for his personal motor vehicle. MOCA says it was able to secure a guilty verdict against Barnes on March 14 this year. According to MOCA, the trial, which began in 2016, relied heavily on a comprehensive investigation by its agents, as well as critical testimony from 6 witnesses. In delivering the sentence, Chief Parish Judge Chester Crooks commended MOCA for its professionalism in carrying out the investigation. And that's it for the local segment of the news. Up next, regional and international.
Mosquitoes can spread diseases such as dengue fever. Common symptoms of dengue include fever, severe headache, pain behind the eyes, muscle pain, joint pain, skin rash, nausea, and vomiting. If you feel you have dengue fever, visit your doctor or health center, rest, drink lots of fluids, use only paracetamol for pain. Do not take aspirin or other painkillers. Protect yourself from dengue and other mosquito-borne diseases. A message from the Ministry of Health.
Do you or someone you know have a drug, drinking, or gambling problem? Mental health issues or COVID fatigue? Rise Life Management Services offers treatment, telephone counseling, and information 7 days a week from 8:30 a.m. to 12 midnight. Call us toll-free at 1-888-991-4146 and after 4:30 at 876-967-3779. All information will be treated confidentially. Rise, changing lives for the better.
In regional and international news, this morning regional news, come January 2024, Trinidadians will be able to enter government offices in the Trin Island Republic wearing short pants, sleeveless clothing, and slippers. Public Administration Minister Alison West says that this follows cabinet approval of the new dress code. The new dress code will be implemented by January 15. At present, Trinidadians are not allowed to enter government buildings with sleeveless clothing, shorts, or slippers. Under the new dress code, women can wear sleeveless tops and men can wear shorts and slippers. However, Minister West has emphasized that shorts must be no shorter than mid-thigh. She says the Public Administration Ministry will do a series of publicity advertisements and visuals to show what is acceptable and what is not before rolling out the new dress code in January. Now, in international news, a volcano has erupted on the Reykjanes Peninsula of southwest Iceland after weeks of intense earthquake activity. About 4,000 people were earlier evacuated from the fishing town of Grindavik, and the nearby Blue Lagoon spa was closed. The eruption started north of the town at just after 10 Monday night. That's according to the Icelandic Met Office. It is not expected to bring the same level of disruption as the one in 2010, which halted European air travel. The region around the capital Reykjanes has been experiencing an increase in earthquake activity since late October. The Met Office says the eruption was located about 4 kilometers or 2.5 miles northeast of Grindavik, and the seismic activity was moving towards the town. Images and videos posted on social media showed lava bursting from the volcano. Just an hour after an earthquake swarm, a series of seismic events was detected. Police have warned people to stay away from the area. The Met Office says the length of the crack in the volcano is now 3.5 kilometers, with the lava flowing at a rate of around 100 to 200 cubic meters per second. It added that this was many times more than in previous eruptions on the Reykjanes Peninsula in recent years. And that's it for regional and international. Up next, sports.
Celebrate the magic of home with Ashley Furniture Home Store. Serve up some seasonal delights this Christmas on exquisite dining pieces starting at $129,999. Indulge in relaxation with comfortable lounge pieces starting at $89,999. Enhance your sanctuary with bedroom pieces starting at $118,999. Elevate your space with financing options from 6 to 36 months. Ashley Furniture Home Store. This is home. Offers end December 27. Conditions apply.
We can light up your world with the rays of the sun, putting pure energy in the palm of your hand.
For over 20 years, Fosrich has been putting a world of energy in your hands. Now we bring you big savings with our line of solar energy products and LED lighting. Financing now available for all your home and commercial retrofit projects. Consult with our in-house staff or certified professional engineers for all your electrical needs. Fosrich Lifestyle. It's electric. Fosrich, your energy world.
Ladies and gentlemen, fasten your seatbelts. With the new JetBlue CIBC First Caribbean credit card, you're cleared for takeoff to a world of incredible benefits and perks. Use your card and earn up to 2 times True Blue points on everyday purchases. Get your first check bag free and travel to your next vacation faster. Apply for the JetBlue CIBC First Caribbean credit card today at cibcfcib.com/JetBlue.
In your morning sports report, former champions Waterhouse and Harbourview posted impressive victories as the latest round of games in the Rare Nephew Jamaica Premier League ended last night at Stadium East. Waterhouse, behind a double strike from Andre Fletcher and one each from Javane Bryan and Andre Smith, defeated Treasure Beach 4-1. Lorenzo Lewin scored Treasure Beach's consolation. Harbourview beat the other promoted team, Limehall Academy, 3-0. David Reed scored twice, with Shaquille the other scorer. Now, the West Indies will aim to close out their 5-match T20 International Series against England as a contest when the two meet in Game 4 at the Brian Lara Stadium in Tarouba this afternoon at 3 Jamaica time. And England moves to Trinidad and Tobago as the teams meet in the 4th game at the Brian Lara Stadium in Tarouba tomorrow, starting at 3 p.m. Jamaica time as well. The West Indies won the first 2 games but suffered a heartbreaking 7-wicket defeat in Game 3. The Caribbean team is expected to go in with the same 11 which played in the previous 3 games as they look for a series win over the world champions. England, who were led to victory by a stunning century from the consistent Phil Salt on Saturday in Grenada, will again turn to the opener for the bulk of their runs, with the likes of captain Jos Buttler, Sam Curran and Harry Brook looking to push the series to a 5th and deciding game. West Indies captain Rovman Powell is looking to his big hitters to take them over the line.
The world know that we as Caribbean batters are power hitters. We try to keep working at our power game to see if we can be a touch better than the world in terms of power game, because they are a lot better than us in getting singles and that. So it's always us working on our strengths in trying to hit sixes, but we have to try to mix it with a little bit of smart and try to bat the spinners properly. We control the power play. It will be difficult with our spinners in the middle overs because it's not such a placid wicket.
And Liam Livingstone says that they must be prepared to take risks as the surfaces in the Caribbean vary from island to island.
It's difficult because the surfaces are so different out here. It almost seems like the risks you take, you've got to try and hit them for 6 because the outfields aren't exactly rapid and there's not, the grounds are pretty small. So, yeah, I guess we talk about being aggressive but also being as smart as we can. And I think sometimes the smart option is actually to try and hit 6s, which sounds weird.
Liam Livingstone. CEO of the Jamaica Cricket Association, Courtney Francis, says the investment in youth cricket has finally paid off after 5 Jamaicans were named in the West Indies team for the ICC Under-19 World Cup in South Africa from January 19 to February 11, 2024. Wolmer's star Jordan Johnson, Deshaun James, Adrian Weir, Steve Wedderburn and Tariq Edwards are the Jamaicans selected. A 6th Jamaican, Tamari Redwood, who plays for Kensington, was a member of the training squad in Antigua but missed out on selection for the World Cup. Francis told Nationwide Sports that the JCA is vindicated by that decision to invest heavily in the youth.
I am very elated, and this is part of the strategic plan of the JCA to ensure that our base is strong, and we've invested heavily in our youth programs. And by us having 5 out of the 6 players making the West Indies team is very heartening.
Francis says they have plans in place to ensure the continued success of the youth program.
There are additional plans to ensure that we can sustain this level of numbers in the West Indies setup. We would like to be able to do so for not just the youth team, but for the senior teams also, the various senior teams. And we are working assiduously to try our best based on our resources that we have available to ensure that we can maintain at least these numbers or close to these numbers in the future.
Courtney Francis, now top order batter Stephen Pascal, has been named as captain, with Nathan Seeley his deputy. The 15-member squad features most of the players who toured Sri Lanka for the 3 youth one-day internationals and 2 4-day test matches in August and September. The squad has assembled in Antigua for a 1-week camp at the Coolidge Cricket Ground. During the camp, they will have training and fitness sessions along with planning sessions and personal development workshops. For the tournament, the West Indies have been drawn alongside hosts South Africa, Scotland and England in Group B for their first round matches. All 3 group matches will be played at the JB Marks Oval. Before that, they will have warm-up matches against New Zealand and Nepal in Johannesburg. The top 3 sides from each group will progress to the Super 6 phase to be played from January 30 to February 3. The semi-finals will be on February 6 and 8, and the final is on February 11 at the Willamore Park in Benoni. And that's it for your morning sports.
Never run extension cords underneath carpets. Run cords along the wall to prevent tripping or overheating. This Christmas safety tip is brought to you by the Ministry of National Security.
Jumpstart your fitness goals with Express Fitness. Sign up today and restart your fitness journey at an Express Fitness location near you. Enjoy safe, comfortable, and well-equipped gyms from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. daily. Call 554-5180 for a full listing of our open locations. Express Fitness. Express Fitness. Your goal, our mission.
In business this morning, Apple will stop selling its latest watches in the U.S. after the U.S. found it had violated patent rights. An order barring sales and imports of watches with the disputed blood oxygen feature is due to go into effect on December 26. Apple has said it plans to appeal the decision but would preemptively remove the devices from its U.S. site December 21 and from stores in the country after Christmas Eve. Sales elsewhere are not affected. Apple said it strongly disagrees with the order and is pursuing a range of legal and technical options to ensure that Apple Watch is available to customers. The issue stems from a dispute with the California-based medical device firms Masimo and spin-off Cercacor. The firms have accused the iPhone giant of poaching key staff and taking other steps to steal technology developed to measure oxygen levels in the blood. Now, Japanese steel giant Nippon has announced plans to buy U.S. Steel in a deal worth nearly $15 billion. The purchase would create one of the world's biggest steel companies outside of China and resolve questions about the future of the storied U.S. firm. It has been looking for a buyer since August when it rejected a smaller unsolicited bid from a U.S. rival. The United Steelworkers Union called the deal short-sighted and said it would work to block the takeover. Created in 1901 by business titans Andrew Carnegie and J.P. Morgan, Steel U.S., that's U.S. Steel, at its height was one of the biggest companies in the world, powered by America's growth and industrialization. But like the wider U.S. steel industry, its dominance has eroded over decades in the face of cheaper foreign competition. Today, it employs more than 22,000 people globally, including more than 14,000 in the U.S. Finally, in foreign exchange trading now, the Jamaican dollar gained 38 cents and opens trading this morning, selling for an average $155.77 against the benchmark U.S. dollar. The Jamaican gained 20 cents and opens trading today, selling for an average $116.97 against the Canadian. And finally, the Jamaican dollar has gained $1.27 and opens trading this morning, selling for an average $196.87 against the British pound. That's it for business this morning.
It's This Morning on Nationwide 90 FM. The time is
6:31.
Drive into Christmas with a brand new Hyundai vehicle with no loan payment until May 2024. Yes, Hyundai pays for your first 5 loan payments, plus 2 years free service, 5 years warranty, and 0 processing fees. No more waiting on taxis or hitching rides. Get your Hyundai vehicle with 5 free payments on Duro this Christmas. Limited time offer while stocks last. Hyundai. Conditions apply.
Missing persons, may I help you?
Yes, my wife is missing.
Where did you last see her?
In Kemlani Mart. They have huge savings on living room, dining room, bedroom sets.
Really?
And that's not all. There are doors, toilets, tiles, low prices on TVs, fridges, stoves, and more.
Is your credit card missing, sir?
Yes, how you know?
She's still in Kemlani Mart, sir. Go check.
Okay.
I love this place, you see.
Hello, I found her.
Kemlani Mart, you will never want to leave.
Touching lives every day, all through the holidays. A part of all you do. Sagicor, make you feel secure. Reaching out for more, we'll always see you through. Reach for more, whatever you're dreaming. For this Christmas time, we'll help you achieve them. You're never alone. Taking care of your Christmas needs, take care of your New Year's dreams. Every day helping you succeed, that's what Sagicor means. Today's needs, tomorrow's dreams. Sagicor.
Don't miss out on the Flow Christmas in a flash sale. We're giving you more this Christmas so you can save big. Sign up for Yard and Road at the extra special price of only $3,999 plus GCT per month. Plus, get a free Samsung phone and earbuds. It's the Christmas in a flash sale. Sign up today and save. Offer ends December 21. Visit discoverflow.co or your nearest Flow store to sign up today. Conditions apply.
Flow makes Christmas bright and blue because it's all inspired by you.
Yo, catch the man on him new car.
Come in, my Jenna, make with the road.
Yo, bro, stop the foolishness. We no need for your drive so fast.
Easy no youth. You see the man a big driver. Road burn up here now.
Yo, bro, stop the car and make me come out. You need to drive better.
Road safety begins with you. A message from the Road Safety Unit.
This Christmas, give your family the gift of relaxation with the Singer Family Getaway. Shop from November 23 to December 31 and spend $20,000 before GCT to get a chance to win your family a 4-day, 3-night stay at a luxurious, all-inclusive hotel. Get the best brands of appliances and electronics, plus the best quality furniture, and make it the best Christmas ever with Singer. $650,000 in prizes to be won. So shop now for more chances to win. Conditions apply. See the website for details. Authorized under Section 58.3 of the Betting, Gaming, and Lotteries Act.
It's the most wonderful time of the year, with the kids jingle belling and everyone telling you be of good cheer. It's the most wonderful time of the year. It's the happiest season of all, with those holiday greetings and gay happy meetings when friends come to call. It's the happiest season of all. There'll be parties for hosting, marshmallows for toasting, and caroling out in the snow. There'll be scary ghost stories and tales of the glories of Christmases long, long ago. It's the most wonderful time of the year. There'll be much mistletoeing and hearts will be glowing when loved ones are near. It's the most wonderful time of the scary ghost stories and tales of the glories of Christmases long, long ago. It's the most wonderful time of the year. There'll be much mistletoeing and hearts will be glowing when loved ones are near. It's the most wonderful time. Yes, the most wonderful time. Oh, the most wonderful time of the
year. It absolutely is the most wonderful time of the year, and so we hope that you're in good cheer and everything is coming together nicely. Who need to come a yard, reach a yard already. One need to start season and stir and bake and what else would you boil?
What do you boil? Well, if you're making a potato salad.
Yeah, man. Everything I need to do already. Mr. King, it's not out yet? Yeah?
It's a week of cheer.
But listen, he is Mr. King. His Grinchness is slowly peeling away. And I'm going to credit that to the amazing influence of Mrs. King. So can we say good morning to Mrs. King?
Good morning, Mrs. King.
He has come a far way. He has come right, but you've come a far way, and I appreciate the transformation, you know? So, gee whiz, Jermaine, it's Christmas.
I know it's gonna be a lot of fun. Oh, by the way, it's snowing. It's been a long, long time. Can't explain why you cross my mind. I guess it's just to say, gee whiz, it's Christmas.
What's your favorite, Carl?
One. Yeah, I don't have a favorite carol.
No, King asked me this morning and I'm thinking about it. Do I have a favorite carol?
Yeah. I'll sing along to most of them. I like most of them.
You want to sing for me?
It just puts me in a very festive mood.
Said and I have sang on the show now. You want to sing for me now?
So Jermaine is correcting you. He says so he destroyed you.
Said did a good job. I take nothing from him. But you never sing to me. You never sing more than... I like this one. You never sing more than 2 lines to me. Sing a verse to me.
Which one is this?
She probably don't know one here. But it's a nice song.
I'd have to find the lyrics.
Give her an easy one. Oh, Holy Night. You know, long I wait for the moment.
It's a week of cheer, listeners or YouTubers, getting you in the Christmas spirit, the Christmas mood.
And I'm excited for later in the week when I understand we're going to be making Christmas drinks and
yes,
we're going to be doing a scavenger hunt. So I'm looking forward to all of that.
Yeah.
All right, Titano. So, you miss the start. Pull up, Mr. Selector. Pull up, Mr. Selector. Pull up. She misses start. She misses start. Pull up again. Pull up again.
It seems like a difficult song.
No, Holy Night is a classic. Here we go. 5, 6.
Holy night.
So
Stars are brightly shining.
Ear tune. We stop for one. I'm the hype man. Long lay the world.
Long lay the world in sin and narrow path.
YouTubers rate Tana singing out of 10. How she doing against Mariah?
I believe this is the difficult version.
No man, any part where high you just bring down your voice, make Mariah go on.
The weary world rejoices free under grace.
She's so nice. She'll go on.
A new and glorious
The high part that comes, you just hello Mariah now. Aye. 1. Fading Swabe is giving you an 8 so far. Mona Smith says boop boop Tana. Jermaine King. Papa has given you a 10.5.
A 10.5?
Killian says 10 out of 10. JD gives you a 9. Go on, man.
When Christ was born.
Ear chewed straight out of St. Elizabeth. Carlene gives you a 9. Herman gives you a 10.
Can we have the days of Christmas?
Nah, I feel like
the 12 days of.
Do you know that song? On the first day of Christmas.
I remember some of it. Yeah.
My little cousin knows the entire thing.
We did it in
and
school.
And she tried to teach me the 6 geese are laying, 10 birds are flying, rings. So,
yeah.
Well, you pass for the YouTubers. The lowest grade I see I get is up like 8.
You guys are very kind.
Like, very kind. a bias thing. And they would never give me them high grade there.
This is it?
Wait, I have to Google there. Yeah, I have to Google the lyric. Day of Christmas, my true love gave to me in a pear tree. On the second day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 2 turtle doves and a partridge in a pear tree. On the third day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge. What's a partridge? Is that a bird?
On the third day of Christmas, my true love gave to me
4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree. On the 5th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 5 golden rings. Okay. 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves,
and a partridge in a pear tree.
On the 6th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 6 geese a laying, 5 golden rings, 4 calling birds, 3 French hens,
2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree.
On the 7th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me a centaur gave
7 swans are swimming, 6 geese are laying, 5 golden rings, 4 calling birds, 3 French.
See, them give me 7.5. You see the it's what matter what you see? Them say me sound like Cliff. I watch it. Yeah, man, I tell you. Somebody give me 6.
Doves and a partridge in a pear tree.
Them something to stick to broadcasting.
On the 9th day of Christmas, my true love
So Killian is telling me that a partridge flies with their eyes closed. They're really stupid birds. They're always crashing into windows, apparently. Oh no.
Oh dear.
Aaron says I sound terrible. Wow.
Turtle dove.
It's biased, you know. It's biased. Charles, give me 7. Ah, Levy says I sound much better than Cliff. I'll take that, Levy. Thank you.
Can we have another? It's the week of Cheer.
Suspicious of the dogs. And
Here
there
on
was a terrible row on the night the dogs
Which one
arrived.
is this?
We had to send for the
This
vet.
is the
But
one with
the birds are
the
okay
Irish
again,
guy.
and the stitches is due to come out in a week or 2.
He's
bill was
receiving the
£8,
gifts,
but the mother is
and
over
then
her
the
annoyance
situation
now. And the dogs
escalates in terms of it's getting worse.
From the pear
Because you heard the gifts, geese, swans, yeah, and
Dear Nuala, we must be foremost in your thoughts. I had only posted my letter when the 3 French hens arrived. There was another sort out between the hens and the doves who sided with the partridge, and the vet had to be sent for again. The mother was raging because the bill was £16 this time, but she has almost cooled down. However, the fact that the birds' droppings keep falling down on her hair while she's watching the telly doesn't help matters. Thanking you for your
Cherry,
kindness.
something like
I
Barry
will
White.
your
Get 10 out of
government.
10. Nice,
Therefore,
Cherry. Big up
dear
yourself,
Nuala,
Cherry.
You mustn't
I hope you have an
received my last
amazing
letter
Christmas,
when you were sending
Cherry.
us the 4 calling birds.
Random gifts of kindness.
Pandemonium in the pear tree again last night, and the vet's bill was £32. The mother is on sedation as I write. I know you meant no harm.
So,
and remain your close friend, Governor.
They're asking
Day
for
5.
Santa.
Your generosity knows no bounds.
Avis, them kind of fight out Santa. Them say them the likes of Santa at the front. So I think Santa has gone over to the other studio.
Santa is at the back there
Wimley.
with Jermaine.
Oh, he's over with Jermaine. Hey, Santa.
Yeah. Before we wrap up this segment in our week of cheer, can you find a Christmas song, perhaps one that's Jamaican, and allow Ricardo to stand and do the drift to the Christmas song?
Oh, we just we never signed up for that.
Yeah.
By the way, did you see Kamina Johnson Smith drifting?
It was amazing.
Is she drifting up?
I was surprised.
She drifting up?
She did.
But I understand somebody was telling me that
She's a trained dancer.
She's a trained dancer.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, she did a good job. Tana, I can't drive.
I think you'll do fine.
I can't drive.
I think you'll do fine. It's a week of cheer.
Watch it. Already me feel,
Yeah.
I feel like I have 2 left foot.
And our duty here is to get our YouTubers, our listeners into the Christmas spirit. So, up. Hey man, you must can drift to that. Go right ahead.
No.
No, you have it. And then you hit. Right.
Maybe Friday. I'm perfect it. On Friday, I drop it real good food. Alright, I'm gonna just watch the minister video some more and then Friday, I promise.
Yeah.
Friday. Yeah? Up next, Street Smarts.
It's This Morning on Nationwide 90 FM. The time is...
It's 10 minutes to 7.
Waiting on your receivables. Waiting to purchase raw material to fulfill your next order. Waiting to get paid for goods already sold. 60 days, 90 days, invoices way past due. What if you could be insured for up to 85% of your domestic and foreign receivables? So that if you don't get paid on time, your biggest priority, your business, will not have to wait. Trade Credit Insurance. Insurance worth having. Credit without waiting. Exim Bank. By helping businesses, we save lives and livelihood.
You can do business with JPS from anywhere in the world. With the My JPS mobile app, you can take control of your energy. If you have a smart meter, you can track your energy usage hourly, daily, weekly, and monthly. Stay on top of your usage and make smarter energy decisions. You can also set your budget for the month and skip guesswork. Set it and forget it. No more surprises, no more unexpected bills. Download the My JPS mobile app in the App Store today and do business with JPS your way.
This Christmas, give your family the gift of relaxation with the Singer Family Getaway. Shop from November 23 to December 31 and spend $20,000 before GCT to get a chance to win your family a 4-day, 3-night stay at a luxurious, all-inclusive hotel. Get the best brands of appliances and electronics, plus the best quality furniture, and make it the best Christmas ever with Singer. $650,000 in prizes to be won. So shop now for more chances to win. Conditions apply. See the website for details. Authorized under Section 58.3 of the Betting, Gaming, and Lotteries Act.
Tired of waiting in long lines at the doctor's office? Complete Aid Limited has the solution. Their team of trained medical professionals guarantees keen attention to your needs in the comfort of your home. Need a nurse or caregiver for your loved one? No problem. Complete Aid will send you one. For more details, call 876-790-7041 or email completeaidltd@gmail.com. Complete Aid Limited. Nursing when and where you need it.
ABC Electrical takes this opportunity to wish good health and prosperity to all their valued customers and contractors for their business. They send a hearty thank you and gratitude for the support and look forward to serving you even better in the coming year. ABC, a better choice in the electrical business.
Tell me where you get the money transfer. Where you get the money transfer. Where you get the money transfer.
Christmas a come, give our money a run. Ask your sender to select cash pickup and collect your MoneyGram money transfer of $150 or more until December 23 at any Alliance agent for a chance to be one of 14 winners of 100,000 Jamaican dollars from each parish.
Tell me where you get the money transfer.
Conditions apply. Authorized under Section 58.3 of the Betting, Gaming, and Lotteries Act.
Street Smart and the JUTC Morning Commute is brought to you by JUTC, your route to excellence, and the Road Safety Unit in the Island Traffic Authority.
And JAA, keeping you mobile.
It's that time of the morning when we get our first update from Ludlow McLean. Here's Street Smarts. Good morning, Ludlow.
Morning, Ricardo. Morning, Tana.
Hey to you, Ludlow.
And greetings to all our listeners, viewers, and all our visitors. And you all seem to be in a festive mood. That's good. Great. But the roadways, not too bad in that if you're coming from the various areas, Spanish Town Road, 3 miles, light but moving. And same thing on the Washington Boulevard end. light, moving. Half a tree, the busiest area so far, going further down, it's good movement. So most areas are enjoying good vehicular movement. We see also a number of commuters going to the various areas where there's transportation. Schools are out, so that's the situation. It makes the traffic much easier. It's our first support for the morning until about 7:15. It's back to you.
That's right, Ludlow. We are in a festive mood. Ludlow McLean there with Street Smarts. Up next, Tana will tell us the word of the day.
Street Smart and the JUTC Morning Commute was brought to you by JUTC, your route to excellence, and the Road Safety Unit in the Island Traffic Authority.
And JAA, keeping you mobile.
Your word of the day, spelt P-E-R-S-P-I-C-U-I-T-Y, spelt P-E-R-S-P-I-C-U-I-T-Y.
Perspicuity. Perspicuity. Perspicuity.
Perspicuity is your word of the day. It's a noun, perspicuity, meaning clearness or lucidity as of a statement. Perspicuity. And this dates back to around 1470, between 1470 and 1480. To use it in a sentence, the author's use of simple language enhanced the perspicuity of her argument, making it accessible to readers of all backgrounds. That's your word of the day. Up next, it features at the top of the hour, the news.
Dasheen is among a family of root crops or ground provisions grown on the islands of the English-speaking Caribbean dating back to the early 16th century. Also known as taro, blue food and kalo. Historians say the crop arrived to the Caribbean aboard transatlantic slave ships. In Food for Thought today, 6 health benefits of eating dasheen. Dasheen is a great source of fiber and other nutrients and offers a variety of potential health benefits. These are, dasheen may help control blood sugar. Although the root is a starchy vegetable, it contains 2 types of carbohydrates that are beneficial for blood sugar management, fiber and resistant starch. Fiber is a carbohydrate that humans cannot redigest. Since it's not absorbed, it has no impact on blood sugar levels. It also helps slow down the digestion and absorption of other carbs, preventing large blood sugar spikes after meals. Dasheen also contains a special type of starch known as resistant starch that humans cannot digest, and thus it doesn't raise blood sugar levels. Roughly 12% of the starch in cooked dasheen is resistant starch, making it one of the better sources of this nutrient. This combination of resistant starch and fiber makes taro root a good carb option, especially for people with diabetes. Dasheen may reduce the risk of heart disease. Substantial research has found that people who eat more fiber tend to have lower rates of heart disease. One study found that for additional 10 grams of fiber consumed per day, the risk of dying from heart disease decreased by 17%. This is due in part to fiber's cholesterol-lowering effects. Also, the resistant starch in dasheen has been linked to a reduced risk of heart disease. Dasheen may offer anti-cancer properties. Dasheen contains plant-based compounds called polyphenols that have various health benefits, including the potential to reduce cancer risk. The main polyphenol found in the root is quercetin, which also exists in large amounts in onions, apples, and tea. Test tube and animal studies have found that quercetin can trigger cancer cell death and slow the growth of several types of cancers. It's also a powerful antioxidant that protects your body from excessive free radical damage that has been linked to cancer. Dasheen may help you lose weight. Research has found that people who eat more fiber tend to have lower body weight and less body fat. This may be because fiber slows stomach emptying, which keeps you fuller longer and reduces the number of calories you eat throughout the day. Over time, this may lead to weight loss. And finally, dasheen is good for the gut. Since dasheen contains plenty of fiber and resistant starch, it may be beneficial to gut health. Your body does not digest or absorb fiber and resistant starch, so they remain in your intestines. When they reach your colon, they become food for the microbes in your gut and promote the growth of good bacteria. That's it for Food for Thought. Until next time.
Fearless and fair, Nationwide 90 FM.
Jamaicans are colorful people. We make the best of the little we have, even at Christmas time. Season's greetings. I'm Tana, and on Lifestyle Pages today, a Jamaican Christmas menu. Arguably, the biggest nyammings on a Jamaican calendar is Christmas Day, with the most common spread of fancy offerings. Christmas is one of the few times people eat gungu rice and peas, because we want something different for holiday meals. Roast pork, baked chicken, and curry goat. It's customary for Jamaicans to have at least 2 kinds of meat on the table. Macaroni or pasta salad is a must-have, very creamy and delicious. Every Jamaican table has this one, fruit cake, otherwise called wine cake. And to wash all that down, have a cup of sorrel. Share the love this season. That was your Lifestyle Pages. I'm Tana.
Nationwide 90 FM, continuing the tradition of fair, fearless, and factual reporting.
Are you struggling with mental health issues? Call the Mental Health and Suicide Prevention Hotline at 888-NEW-LIFE. The time brought to you by the Jamaica Information Service is...
It's news time, 7 o'clock.
If you need to build it, plumb it, weld it, pave it, or power it, National Supply has it. Get the best brands for the job at Jamaica's Industrial Hardware Superstore, Kingston Normal Bay. The temperature by National Supply is...
It's 25 degrees Celsius here in capital city Kingston. It's also 25 out west in Montego Bay.
The most credible news in the morning. The news at 7 on Nationwide 90 FM.
A very good morning to you. I'm Ricardo Brooks. Coming up in the news at 7 for this morning, Tuesday, December 19, 2023. Former DCP Mark Shields says any unexplained death must be treated as a crime scene at the first instance. He was reacting to news that a murder investigation has been launched into the death of Melissa Silvera, the wife of former PNP MP Julian Silvera. And the PNP says it acknowledges with grave concern the recent developments surrounding the death of Mrs. Silvera. The Roman Catholic Archbishop of Kingston, Kenneth Richards, says the Pope's formal permission for Catholic priests to bless same-sex couples has been taken out of context. In international news, over 120 people have been killed in China's deadliest quake in 13 years. The details after the break.
News at 7 is brought to you by Fosrich, your electrical, lighting, solar, and LED people.
If it's news, it's got to be Nationwide 90 FM.
And now to the details. A former Deputy Commissioner of Police, Mark Shields, says a number of steps must be taken by first responders when processing the scene of a crime. Mr. Shields was reacting to news that a murder investigation has been launched into the death of Melissa Silvera, the wife of former PNP Member of Parliament Julian Silvera. Mrs. Shields, Mr. Shields, I beg your pardon, who is also Managing Director at Shields Crime and Security Consultants, was speaking on Nationwide at 5 on Monday. Mahiri Stewart reports.
Our news center understands the original investigators into Mrs. Silvera's death are under scrutiny on how the initial preliminary investigations were conducted. Mr. Shields says the first step in processing the scene of a death is to gather as much evidence as possible.
One of the most important things will be is to photograph the scene, to take sketch map, to make a videograph of the scene, to gather all of that evidence, to look for anything which might be related to the deceased around that crime scene. They're really the first steps that will be taken.
Initial reports had suggested that Mrs. Silvera died in her sleep on November 10 this year. However, it's now understood that the police upgraded their probe after Mrs. Silvera's post-mortem report revealed she was shot at least 3 times. Mr. Shields noted that any unexplained death must be treated as a crime scene at the first instance.
Once the police have arrived, and if they've assessed it's an unexplained death, then yes, we would keep everybody from that room. We'd even keep nosy senior officers or other police officers away from the scene. The only people that would go into a house, which would be cordoned from the outside, there'd be a uniform officer outside of the house. Only critical people involved in the investigation will be allowed into that scene, and when they go into the scene, they will be dressed accordingly in order that they do not shed any of their own DNA or anything else from their bodies once they go into that crime scene to contaminate it.
He says that only those critical to the investigation are allowed inside a house where an individual has died. But Mr. Shields says it becomes difficult to conduct a murder investigation once the location where someone has died becomes contaminated.
The important thing is when it's not clearly a murder investigation, in other words, there's not a knife or multiple gunshot wounds, one cannot be too careful. One has to treat it as an unexplained death, treat it as a crime scene, because afterwards, if one finds out that, in fact, it is natural causes or some other incident, then it's easy to wind the thing down. But it's very, very difficult, once you've created a situation where the crime scene or the scene has been trampled on, to ramp it up again later on, back into a crime scene, because one tends to lose so much evidence.
Mahiri Stewart for Nationwide News.
Thank you, Mahiri. Meanwhile, the opposition People's National Party PNP says it acknowledges with grave concern the recent developments surrounding the death of Mrs. Silvera. In a release on Monday, the party expressed its sympathies to the loved ones affected by the distressing event. It says it strongly supports the ongoing investigation. The PNP further stresses the importance of allowing the authorities to conduct a thorough investigation in order to provide clarity and closure to what they're describing as a tragic situation. Attorney for Portland businessman Everton Beachy Stout MacDonald John Jacobs has taken issue with the fact that investigators failed to disclose in their initial statements the seizure of a phone belonging to convicted contract killer Denvelin Bubler Minot. According to Mr. Jacobs, the seizure of the phone was only disclosed in statements after the trial had started. Beachy Stout and another man, Oscar Barnes, are on trial for the murder of his second wife, Tonya Hamilton MacDonald, on July 20, 2020. Bubler, who is now a state witness, testified that during talks with Beachy Stout about Tonya's murder, his phone inadvertently recorded the conversations. That phone has since been entered into evidence. Robin Williams reports.
The trial commenced on September 18, 2023. During cross-examination on Monday, it was revealed that the lead investigator made 3 statements that were placed on the case file. 2 were prepared before the trial started and the other submitted on September 21, 2023, 2 days into the trial. In his 2 statements before the trial, the lead investigator made no mention of a Samsung A31 mobile phone taken from Bubler. No mention was made of an SD card containing recorded conversations. Attorney John Jacobs asked the lead investigator if he considered the information about the phone to be important, to which the investigator answered, "All the information is important, sir." Mr. Jacobs shot back with another question, quote, "So you select what to leave out and what to put in your statement?" End quote. The investigator replied, quote, "Not necessarily, but if you are to include everything in a statement, you will never finish that statement." End quote. Mr. Jacobs then suggested that the reason why the phone wasn't included in any statements prior to the start of the trial was because there was no such phone. The investigator said, quote, "That's not true, sir. The phone existed." End quote. It was revealed that in the first statement the investigator gave on August 26, 2020, he detailed his daily activities in chronological order. Bubler's apprehension and the search of his house on August 3, 2020 was also recorded in the statement, but there was still no mention of any phone being seized. The police who conducted the search had previously testified that he took Bubler's phone from him within seconds of entering his premises. But he too failed to make any mention of the phone in statements he made prior to the start of the trial. Mr. Jacobs expressed concern that none of the officers who came in contact with the phone mentioned the phone before the trial commenced. Mr. Jacobs asked, quote, "When you spoke to Bubler about the phone, did he tell you that there was information on the phone that could assist in the investigation?" End quote. The lead investigator said, quote, Mr. Minot didn't tell me anything about the phone, end quote. However, he insisted that the phone existed before the start of the trial, despite the omission from his statements prior. Robian Williams for Nationwide News.
Thanks, Robian. Meanwhile, a compact disc or CD containing recordings of telephone conversations allegedly between Bubla and Beachy Stout has been entered into evidence. The recordings were purportedly extracted from Bubla's phone. The lead investigator testified about how he and another officer went to a location with Bubla, inserted the CD into an electronic device, and listened to the recordings. He said Bubla identified voices during the conversations. The lead investigator told the court that the case file was complete before the start of the trial on September 18, 2023. When asked if any other documents were submitted to the case file after the trial commenced, the lead investigator said, quote, yes, madam, end quote. He said he had dialogue with the Crown after the trial commenced and he was given certain instructions. He said further police statements were prepared with respect to the chain of custody for items based on new developments in the case. When asked why the statements weren't prepared before the instructions were given by the Crown, the lead investigator said, quote, there was no clear reason, end quote. The trial will resume this morning at 10. The Roman Catholic Archbishop of Kingston, Kenneth Richards, says the Pope's formal permission for Catholic priests to bless same-sex couples has been taken out of context. According to a document published by the Vatican's Faith Department and approved by the Pope, the blessings may be carried out providing they are not part of regular church rituals or liturgies, nor at the same time as a civil union. A blessing consists of invoking God's benevolence on a person, and it's generally carried out by a priest. Speaking on Monday on Nationwide at 5, the Archbishop says the Pope's permission only concerns the pastoral definition of a blessing as opposed to allowing same-sex marriage.
I think that person may be exaggerating what the Holy Father is asking. That is not giving a blessing in the formal sense that would be given to a couple, a man and a woman, according to what the scriptures requires and according to the church's teaching. The document itself was explaining the pastoral meaning for blessing, and it involves that persons who are blessed in this way, that they would be in accord with the teachings of the scriptures and the teachings of the church.
Archbishop Richards says the Pope's formal permission is also extended to unmarried couples, remarried couples, and those that have divorced. He says a blessing does not mean the union is validated, but instead to pray God's grace on all his creations.
It has always been commonplace for pastors to pray for persons who come for pastoral guidance, etc. And I suppose because it has become topical with respect to LGBT, and also, and one of the things about the document is not geared primarily towards the same-sex relationship. It was also about man and woman relationship that the church describes as irregular, divorcees, remarry, etc. Not to bless their union, but to bless them in their sickness, to bless them in the challenges, seeking inspiration and guidance from God.
Kenneth Richards, the Roman Catholic Archbishop of Kingston. Senior advisor and strategist in the Ministry of Tourism, Delano Seavright, says partnerships with airline companies are key to sustaining strong growth in the industry in this post-COVID environment. On Saturday, the Canadian airline Flair made its inaugural flight to Jamaica with non-stop service between Toronto and Kingston. Delta Airlines is also set to launch non-stop flights between New York's John F. Kennedy Airport and Kingston in January. Mr. Seavright says these developments augur well for Kingston and its environs as a major tourist destination.
The updates from Flair, Delta, and Jetlines are all very, very positive. It shows that Kingston is being treated more seriously as a tourism destination and as a destination for them to operate their flights. We highlight that Kingston is becoming very popular for entertainment events on an international scale now. We also highlight, of course, the increasing number of hotels and Airbnbs, the very strong diaspora traffic, the very strong local traffic that travels out of Kingston overseas. And of course, we noted the improvements in the highway network heading out of Kingston. All of these things sell Kingston in a very positive way.
Another Canadian airline, Jetlines, is set to launch non-stop services between Toronto and Kingston early next year, bringing the number of airlines offering non-stop flights between Canada and Kingston to 5. Delta Airlines, JetBlue, and Caribbean Airlines are all now offering non-stop service between New York's JFK and Norman Manley International Airport. Mr. Seawright says this is the result of the work being done to market Kingston as a destination of choice for both business and leisure travelers.
And it benefits all of Kingston and all of Jamaica, because the more passengers you have, the more revenues, the more jobs, the more opportunities for farmers, taxi drivers, and many other businesses, small, medium, micro. And of course, the revenues to government will increase, and that of course assists the government in its program as it relates to road fixing, hospitals, schools, and the many other areas of government that we have to pay attention to. So it's very positive, and we will continue in our efforts to push Kingston as a destination, and we will always continue to encourage airlines to put Kingston as a viable option going forward.
Delano Seawright, Senior Advisor and Strategist in the Ministry of Tourism. The Major Organized Crime and Anti-Corruption Agency, MOCA, says it has successfully prosecuted a former member of the constabulary force for larceny as a civil servant. In a release, MOCA says District Constable Aquino Barnes was sentenced last Thursday to 6 months imprisonment at hard labor or pay a fine of $100,000. The sentence stems from the constable's earlier conviction in the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court for the charge of larceny as a servant. Barnes was arrested and charged in 2012 for using his petrol advance card, designated for JCF service vehicles, to pay for fuel for his personal motor vehicle. MOCA says it was able to secure a guilty verdict against Barnes on March 14 this year. According to MOCA, the trial, which began in 2016, relied heavily on a comprehensive investigation by its agents, as well as critical testimony from 6 witnesses. In delivering the sentence, Chief Parish Judge Chester Crooks commended MOCA for its professionalism in carrying out the investigation. In international news now, at least 126 people have been killed in northwest China in the country's deadliest earthquake in 13 years. The 6.2 magnitude quake hit mountainous Gansu province around midnight on Monday. Fatalities may rise, with over 700 reported injured in icy conditions. The Chinese President Xi Jinping has ordered thousands of rescue crews to the region, among the poorest and most diverse in China. On Tuesday, footage shown on state TV and social media networks showed entire villages split by the quake, as well as collapsed buildings and houses. Residents who fled their homes were also shown huddling over makeshift fires at hastily erected evacuation camps. Survivors said the tremors had felt like being tossed by surging waves and recalled rushing out of their apartments. Local authorities reported that about 10 aftershocks have taken place. Across the region, power and water supplies have been disrupted, hindering rescue efforts. Officials also say they have limited time left to rescue people in sub-zero conditions. The Chinese media is reporting that Tuesday's temperatures have hit minus 13 degrees Celsius or 8.7 degrees Fahrenheit. That's the news at 7 this morning. I'm Ricardo Brooks.
News at 7 was brought to you by Fosrich, your electrical, lighting, solar, and LED people.
Sign up for the JN Money Card. It's safe, convenient, and free. The time by JN Money is...
It's 17 minutes after 7.
Street Smart and the JUTC Morning Commute is brought to you by JUTC, your route to excellence, and the Road Safety Unit in the Island Traffic Authority.
And JAA, keeping you mobile.
The sounds of the horns means it's time to head back to the streets to hear from Ludlow McLean for the second update of the morning. He has Street Smarts. Good morning, Ludlow.
Ricardo, listen, the funniest thing, not much horns are on conking now. But later when you're in the flow of traffic and it's heavier, you're going to hear the horn conking. Bus horns, taxis, everywhere. But so far, apart from half a tree, which is quite busy right now, getting congested, you still enjoy good vehicle movement. So those of you who are on the periphery, like for example the Mountain View going across the Deanery, going further down Mountain View, across Bowenwood Road, then onto Victoria Avenue, then onto East Queen Street, you're going to find the movement good. If you're on the Michael Manley Boulevard, you're going to find good movement. Meaning that if you're coming from Florida Glassford using Michael Manley Boulevard, then onto going further on to Fort Worth Street, no problem. Coming in from the Marcus Garvey Drive, coming on towards the Harbour Street area, you're going to find that also building. But so far, not too bad. No, hear this now. Later on, as the morning progresses, you'll definitely have heavier traffic. So, but for the time being, things are moving pretty good. All right, it's the second report for the morning. We urge you to lane properly and look out for those people crossing the road and look out for those pedal cyclists. They tend to be on your side most of the time. At Street Smart, your safety is all concerned. Ricardo, take it away.
Thanks, Ludlow. Ludlow McLean there with Street Smarts. Up next, the front page.
Street Smart and the JUTC Morning Commute was brought to you by JUTC, your route to excellence, and the Road Safety Unit in the Island Traffic Authority.
And JAA, keeping you mobile.
Front Page is brought to you today by ABC Electrical Sales, for a better choice in the electrical business.
ABC Electrical takes this opportunity to wish good health and prosperity to all their valued customers and contractors for their business. They send a hearty thank you and gratitude for the support and look forward to serving you even better in the coming year. ABC, a better choice in the electrical business.
Welcome back to Nationwide this morning. You're now tuned into our discussion segment, the front page. We're focusing this morning, getting reactions to the Pope formally permitting the blessing of same-sex couples. Archbishop of Kingston, Kenneth Richards, says the Pope's formal permission for Catholic priests to bless same-sex couples has been taken out of context. According to a document published by the Vatican's Faith Department and approved by the Pope, the blessings may be carried out providing they are not part of a regular church rituals, nor at the same time as a civil union. A blessing consists of invoking God's benevolence on a person and is generally carried out by a priest. Speaking on Monday on Nationwide at 5, Archbishop Richards says the Pope's permission only concerns the pastoral definition of a blessing as opposed to allowing same-sex marriage.
I think that person may be exaggerating what the Holy Father is asking. That is not giving a blessing in the formal sense that would be given to a couple, a man and a woman, according to what the scriptures requires and according to the church's teaching. The document itself was explaining the pastoral meaning for blessing, and it involves that persons who are blessed in the way that they would be in accord with the teachings of the scriptures and the teachings of the church.
Archbishop Richards says the Pope's formal permission is also extended to unmarried couples, remarried couples, and those that have divorced.
It has always been commonplace for pastors to pray for persons who come for pastoral guidance, etc. And I suppose because it has become topical with respect to LGBT, and also, and one of the things about the document is not geared primarily towards the same-sex relationship. It was also about man and woman relationship that the church describes as irregular, divorcees, remarry, etc. Not to bless their union, but to bless them in their sickness, to bless them in the challenges, seeking inspiration and guidance from God.
That's Kenneth Richards, Archbishop of Kingston. For more reactions, we're being joined by the Executive Director of Equality for All Foundation Jamaica, Glenroy Murray, as well as President of the Jamaica Evangelical Alliance, Bishop Alvin Bailey. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning to your listeners.
Thank you so much for joining us here on Nationwide this morning. First to you, Glenroy Murray, what do you make of this move now to formally permit the blessing of same-sex couples?
So for me, I often see these kinds of steps as the representative of a shift in and a softening of the attitudes towards members of the LGBT community globally. I think over time we've seen the Pope make statements that suggest that the hardline stance that I guess certain faith communities have been known for is shifting. And I definitely think it's a step in the right direction, primarily because, as I've said elsewhere, that there are many LGBTQ plus people of faith, and for them it is important that being a part of the community doesn't prevent them from being able to benefit from their faith community in certain ways. And so I think it creates a space for those people in the middle to be able to access the benefits of being in a faith community, of course, in recognition of some of the doctrines within that particular faith community. And I think it definitely opens up space for conversation about equal treatment for all people within a faith community.
Bishop Bailey, Glenroy, they're saying that, there are people in the middle. I understand him to be saying that, it's not a black and white situation. There are different shades to how people experience and practice faith, and that there should be a space for those people to express their beliefs and their faith in God. How do you react to that?
Well, the matter being discussed is one that is certainly causing a division in the Roman Catholic Church at the moment. One senior Roman Catholic bishop comes out and is asking for a unity of the Roman Catholic bishop against the statement that the Pope has made, because it is indiscretionate and it seriously contravenes the very doctrine of the Roman Catholic Church, to be blessing homosexual couples. And so, if the Bible has pronounced a condemnation on the practice of homosexuality, and what God has condemned and cursed, a Pope can bless it. Even if he wants to, by virtue of his being the representative of Christ, according to them, to bless it is an oxymoron. It's something that he should avoid giving any kind of approval to the practice of homosexuality. They should be the object of his redemptive responsibility and his call, which is what he's called to. But the blessing, it certainly is causing a problem, and it is something that should not be giving the kind of approval that to live that way, to be practicing this activity is one that can get any level of quote-unquote blessing from the church. And blessing is something that we don't have to define it, although they have tried in the document, I've seen the document, to put a different kind of interpretation or definition of the word blessing. But it's to confer a kind of divine approval and a practice. And that cannot possibly be, especially when their call is one in which they should really be calling these persons to a different kind of lifestyle, because the very God who is served speak out against it. It is not to ostracize.
Okay,
yes,
good. No, finish the thought.
Yeah, it is not to condemn individuals. It is to condemn the institution and the practice that is against human dignity, that is against the biblical order. It's against the very male and female that God has created individuals. So, and it must be established. It contravenes and is opposition to marriage itself and an insult to marriage. And so the Pope really has misrepresented his order by doing what he has done.
But, I mean, I want to go back to the point Glenroy just made, because the document has not changed Catholic teaching that same-sex relationships are intrinsically disordered, as the church, the language of the church says, and that same-sex marriages are contrary to the will of God. Those things remain fundamental precepts of the church. But the point Glenroy just made about creating space for people who find themselves, again in the language of the Catholic Church, in irregular situations, who want to exercise their faith, the Pope creating a space for them. How do you see that?
But experiencing faith is specific, and it is characteristic of the Christian, especially if you speak of the Christian faith. Different faiths have different expressions and approval of the way you exercise and express this faith. The Christian faith has approved ways, character, condition in which we are confined to the expression of faith. And so, yes, it accommodates them if the expression of their faith means turning away from this kind of practice. But to give them the sense of comfort and approval in their practice is not consistent with the kind of accommodation that we have. Every church, including ours, are aware that there is a community of people, there are persons who struggle with this kind of behavior. And sometimes not struggle, sometimes it's an overt, deliberate choice to practice this kind of behavior, which is sinful. And so the faith community does not accommodate the practice or accommodate them being comfortable in the practice. The faith community gives you an opportunity to respond to God's love and God's grace and be delivered from a practice that contravenes his natural order.
Hold it there for us. We're speaking, listeners, with the Executive Director of Equality for All Foundation Jamaica, Glenroy Murray, and the President of the Jamaica Evangelical Alliance, Bishop Alvin Bailey. The Pope, the leader of the world's billion Roman Catholics, he has formally given his priests permission to bless same-sex couples, unmarried couples, remarried couples, and those living in divorce. We're getting reactions.
Give up every illegal gun. Call the police at 119 or Crime Stop at 311. The time by the Ministry of National Security is...
It's 7:30.
Get buckets of savings from Sherwin-Williams from November 23 to December 21. 12% off decorative paint, 10% off automotive paint. Purchase 5 gallons of paint and get a paintbrush free. 6 to 9 gallons and get 2 paintbrushes free. And over 10 gallons, get a paint roller set absolutely free. Get buckets of savings from Sherwin-Williams from November 23 to December 21. Available at all Sherwin-Williams paint stores. Conditions apply.
I earn hugs and rewards. I earn smiles and rewards.
Whatever you get from giving your gifts this holiday season is made even better when you use your Sagicor Bank credit card, because you'll earn rewards on every dollar you spend. I earn.
Dad, you're the best!
Use your Sagicor Bank credit card to do all your holiday spending and earn the best rewards ever. Conditions apply.
ABC Electrical takes this opportunity to wish good health and prosperity to all their valued customers and contractors for their business. They send a hearty thank you and gratitude for the support and look forward to serving you even better in the coming year. ABC, a better choice in the electrical business. Happy holidays from Team Adam and Eve. We invite you to indulge in a relaxing spa atmosphere or gift someone spa pampering this season. Visit us at www.adamandevedayspaja.com for e-certificates or WhatsApp 876-567-2142. Relax, refresh, and respite with us today. We have Christmas packages starting at $8,500. Book a massage, facial, mani-pedi, or hair service at Adam and Eve Day Spa. You deserve it.
Thank you so much for staying with us here on Nationwide this morning. We're on the front page. I'm Ricardo Brooks.
And I'm Tona Thomas.
Our guest this morning, Glenroy Murray, the Executive Director of Equality for All Foundation Jamaica and the President of the Jamaica Evangelical Alliance, Bishop Alvin Bailey. Before the break, Glenroy, at the top of the discussion, you made the point that you saw the move as a further softening of attitudes towards members of the LGBT community. What do you think accounts for that softening? Because it's not just the Catholic Church. We've seen a similar situation, I believe, in the Anglican Church and in other faith communities. What do you credit with that movement in religion to these softening attitudes?
I think common knowledge always teaches us that the more people know and see and engage with members of the LGBT communities, the more these attitudes begin to shift. And I think that largely accounts for it. We're in a state in the world where members of our community are hyper-visible in a lot of ways, and we're seeing more conversations happening. I do, however, want to point out that there are different interpretive approaches to biblical teachings around how you treat with members of our community, how the Bible actually views our relationships. There are different approaches that people take, and I think that is also a part of it. I want us to take a step back and look at the fact that this isn't just about, blessings for same-sex couples. This is also about other couples that are in some ways using previous approaches to interpretation were seen as inappropriate for these kinds of blessings. Unmarried couples, for example, because fornication is per standard knowledge is a sin, and remarried couples, in the Catholic Church, divorce is still a contested issue. And so I think we need to view this in this light, that the church or the Catholic Church is understanding that pastoral care is more than just about reaffirming condemnatory teachings, but really offering an opening hand to different people within society and having conversation with them. And I think that in many ways aligns with the ways in which Jesus in the Bible did work with different groups of people. And I think I see it all along that line as a movement towards the ways in which Jesus, rather than other actors in the Bible, engaged with different communities of people.
And to pick up on that, Bishop Bailey, based on the interpretation of at least one archbishop that was on the station last evening, saying that based on this pastoral function, they're trying to open the doors to provide guidance and all of that, enlightenment, and in the hope of also conversion. So based on that, wouldn't you say it's a good thing then for the church to be heading in this direction formally?
It is absolutely not a good thing that the Roman Catholic Church, by the way, and you only point you indicate the two churches, and those are the only two churches that seem to give any level of approval or any level of accommodation of the practice of these persons. In fact, the Bible speaks very clearly in a condemnatory way. That's also a condemning. The Bible is clearly in condemning the practice of homosexuality, and I do not want us to kind of mistake the matter. We embrace the person who struggle or with, and we certainly abhor the practice of these persons. And the Bible condemns it. The Bible doesn't condone it. The Bible doesn't. In fact, the Bible says not only the person who does it, but the persons who have pleasure in them that do it, says the Apostle Paul. And if the priest is going to, and the Pope is going to be like Christ, then like Apostle Paul, he says, follow me as I follow Christ. There's no way in Scripture that Jesus Christ condones the practice of any form of sin. The closest you get that somebody says is the woman who was caught in adultery, and he says, go your way and sin no more. So, and he never blessed her. He says, I don't condemn you, go your way and sin anymore. And we would say to these homosexual persons, sin no more. You need to put up on that. And the gentleman made the point that the more people know, if people know more about them, and the more people knows about them, is the more you would accommodate them. The more people know about the intention of the LGBT community, is the more people ostracize and want them out of their spaces, out of the schools that they are trying to get in, out of the institutions in which they are trying even to accommodate and to be accommodated in space of that was traditionally meant for specific genders and so on. For example, male.
LGBT people don't belong in schools. Is that what you're saying, Bishop Bailey?
The practice of homosexuality does not belong in schools, and to try to proselyte our children, spreading sexually inappropriate material among our children, don't belong in our primary schools and in our prep schools. And this is what
I'm not sure how that's relevant to this discourse.
The more we know, the more people know that the practice is endangers the morality and decency of the Jamaican culture, is more people oppose it. We have been living with homosexuals we know ourselves. They are teachers, our brothers, our friends, and there is a sense in which we accommodate the person. But whenever the practice becomes overt, imposing, and they try to institutionalize the practice, then it becomes a problem for the average Jamaican, because they make it very clear that they're after our children.
Well, no.
Can we not?
Bishop Bailey, I don't know that I've read that or seen that anywhere, and I want us to.
No, but I know. Ask the gentleman beside it.
No, I'm not going to ask Glenroy that. I know Glenroy is not after children, but I want us to focus. I want us to focus, Bishop, on the Pope's reasoning and the question Tana asked you about. I mean, she asked you, "Isn't a good thing?" He says, "Not a good thing." But I'm still trying to get from you how we make accommodations for people who are living in sin, not just LGBT people, but unmarried people, divorced people living in fornication. Is it that you're saying that there is no accommodation to be made for them, that the doors of the church must be permanently shut in their faces?
No, and I would never do that. The doors of people who is sick are the persons who are in sin, persons who have not yet been converted to Christianity, are the people that are the object of the church's primary responsibility, which is the evangelization of people and also the redemptive responsibility. Yes. What they are seeking is accommodated while they are consistent in their practice and the institutionalization of their behavior, and that cannot take place. I would never do that. And the priest has made it very clear enough. It's just that he has gone overboard. The priest said, "Boy, our holy order, our sacrament, you can participate in it." But then. So there's a sense in which he is recognizing that the Bible says it is wrong. But to go as far as to give a level of approval for their behavior by making them feel accommodated while they behave what they behave, there's no place in Scripture.
Glenroy, let me ask Glenroy, has the experience been over the years that Equality Foundation finds that the position of Jamaicans is hardening the more they recognize that LGBT people are in prominent positions or in their families? Is that the experience of the foundation, that the positions are hardening?
Quite the opposite. Over 25 years of work, we've seen a consistent softening and shift towards positivity, tolerance, and inclusion, especially with greater visibility of our community. Despite the fear-mongering that is being attempted by Bishop Bailey, I think what we've clearly seen is that our presence opens lines of communication, and with conversation, people realize that the things that he's suggesting that we're interested in is not necessarily it. And that we've been able to work together and talk about what does it mean to be a member of Jamaican society, to be at work, to be even in different institutions, and to be treated with respect and dignity. And I think, yes, the church has been a place where the attitudes for a very long time have remained hard, but even within faith communities, there are different approaches, and there are church leaders who are willing to have conversation. I myself was welcomed in a church, sat at the front, and I never felt a spirit of condemnation. We were warmly welcomed. People came up to us after, and it's because of these conversations that we have with faith leaders. And so the idea that the only stance a church can take is condemnation is a bit anachronistic, because that's not where we are as a people, and that's not where we're going as a people.
Do you worry, Bishop, that the church may lose souls if it's seen as purely preaching a doctrine of condemnation?
That the church may what?
Lose souls, lose people.
No. Christianity is a conversion, a transformation done by the Holy Spirit in the life of an individual who turns from a lifestyle of sin in whatever shape, form it is represented. And I want us to understand that, the church has always demonstrated that it is compassionate, that for God so loved the world but doesn't love their worldliness. And the church demonstrates that love by accommodating the presence of every LGBT person and treat them with a sense of dignity.
Well, that's not every LGBT
and I make it very clear. But the practice, if you come to a church and want a blessing on your union, a blessing on your practice, a blessing on your institution, the church will not. The church will speak what the Bible says. We condemned according to the scriptures such practice and behavior. And not only does the Bible condemn it, but anybody who has pleasure in the kind of practice is also condemned. And so, we don't get it wrong. And I don't want to take Jamaicans' respect and meekness for weakness, because the surveys that have been done have clearly pointed out that Jamaicans are against the practice of homosexuality. That's illegal, and because of all that goes into all the derivatives of the LGBT community that gentlemen are talking about, that is undercover, is known, and people are opposing the behavior. There's nothing wrong in a homosexual gentleman sitting down and conforming to all the rules, regulations, and law and order of the Jamaican practice and culture. But when he steps out where he wants his practices, his behavior, and that culture to be accepted in the church and in the institution, Jamaicans are clearly opposing it.
Yeah. Glenroy Murray, I'll give you the final word in terms of where you see us going as a culture here in Jamaica and internationally on this issue.
I'll focus my comments on Jamaica. I think that what I've seen in my time at Equality and in interacting with Jamaican people is their capacity not only for change, but for understanding, which is, I'm a bit surprised that I'm not seeing this here expressed by a man of the cloth. The reality is that the more we engage with people, is the more, as an understanding people, we see these shifts and that we're not stuck in time. And that what the LGBT Jamaicans are asking for are not some drastic overhaul of our culture. We have this habit of overly emphasizing exclusion as being a part of church culture, as being a part of Jamaican culture, and that is not the primary feature of Jamaican culture. If we look at Bob Marley, he was celebrated because he spoke a language of inclusion and tolerance and respect for all, and that's all we envisage as LGBT people, as having that cultural feature extended to us, and we're seeing the shift, and we'll share more of what that shift has been like in the coming weeks. And so to present Jamaicans as stuck in time is unfortunate, and I would like to point out that any church that wants to shift their attitudes or become more inclusive does that on their own terms. No LGBT person will be outside forcing churches to change their minds. It's going to happen within the context of their faith community on their own time and through mutual respect and dialogue.
Yeah. I suspect these conversations will continue. Executive Director of Equality for All Foundation, Glenroy Murray, and the President of the Jamaica Evangelical Alliance, Bishop Alvin Bailey. Gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
All right, have a good one.
Thank you.
We take the break and come back with more.
Listen up, motorists. Speeding burns more gas. So slow down. The life you save may be your own and also that of your loved ones. Slow down. Save lives and money. The time by the Insurance Association of Jamaica is
7:47.
At Hawkeye, our mission is to deliver cutting-edge security solutions to help you keep track of the things you value most.
The temperature by Hawkeye is
25 degrees Celsius here in Kingston, 25 out west in Montego Bay.
From your device, you don't know Lali, Shot and Tally. And I have a message from Bank of Jamaica to the entire Jamaica. That you know, fi make change for the 5 grand. 5 grand. Now fi chaffer with a bag of 1,000. Just use the brand new 2 grand. Bank of Jamaica, she fi tell you this. The new note, don't stress them. Wash or bleach them. Don't iron or expose to eat friend. Don't ripen or experiment. Don't crease and don't crush them. Don't bore them, just store them. The new note them. The new note them. The new note them. Hey, from whenever I said I know Alicia Tantali. And that was a message from Bank of Jamaica. BOJ, them deaf, them better listen to this. Hey, yeah. I didn't even know them. Hey, I didn't even know them. 50, 100, M5, 1,000. Polymer notes, and the 5 grand. I didn't even know them, bang. Hey, I didn't even know them, yeah.
We're counting down the days to that magical time of year, and at Active Home Center we have so many gifts to share. Let's get together for the holidays and make every room and floor feel the magic this Christmas from the treasures we have in store. Tiles, kitchen and appliances, windows and doors, bathrooms, furniture, lighting, and so much more. Visit our showrooms in Kingston and Montego Bay or online at activehomecenter.com. Active Home Center, more savings, more choices. Beneficiaries. The PATH payment cycle begins on December 13, 2023. Post offices and payment agencies will deliver payments based on last names up to December 22, 2023. Check the weekend star to find out when and where you should collect. If you miss your date, you must collect between December 27 and December 28, 2023. For more information, call PATH at 876-922-8007 or visit the ministry's website at www.mlss.gov.jm. PATH. Advancing your family. Developing Jamaica. A message from the Ministry of Labor and Social Security.
Missing persons, may I help you?
Yes, my wife is missing.
Where did you last see her?
In Kemlani Mart. They have huge savings on living room, dining room, bedroom sets.
Really?
And that's not all. There are doors, toilets, tiles, low prices on TVs, fridges, stoves, and more.
Is your credit card missing, sir?
Yes, how you know?
She's still in Kemlani Mart, sir. Go check.
Okay.
I love this place, you see.
Hello, I found her.
Kemlani Mart, you will never want to leave.
Tell me where you get the money transfer. Alliance. Where you get the money transfer. Alliance. Where you get the money transfer.
Christmas a come, give our money a run. Ask your sender to select cash pickup and collect your MoneyGram money transfer of $150 or more until December 23 at any Alliance agent for a chance to be one of 14 winners of 100,000 Jamaican dollars from each parish.
Tell me where you get the money transfer.
Conditions apply. Authorized under Section 58.3 of the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Act.
Welcome back to Nationwide this morning, still on the front page, and we're focusing on an important topic too, dealing with the holiday blues this Christmas. The holidays are usually viewed as a time of happiness and rejoicing, but for some people it can be a period of painful reflection, sadness, loneliness, anxiety, and depression. So how do we deal with the holiday blues this Christmas? We're being joined by psychiatrist Dr. Sophia Longmore. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Hi, good morning. Good morning to your listeners.
Thank you so much for joining us here on Nationwide this morning. Over the years, Dr. Longmore, what have you heard from persons who are dealing with holiday blues?
Well, just as you said in your introduction, it can be a very happy time for some, and for others it can be a very, let's say, not the happiest moments. Unfortunately, it's also a time when a lot of what we call anniversary reactions can occur. Mm-hmm. So if you have an experience or a history of it being negative in some way, then you can experience an anniversary of that reaction. And because of the nostalgia of the season, you tend to be reminded of such unless you actively seek not to be.
Mm-hmm. And just before getting to how persons can support others who are treating with holiday blues, for the individual themselves, what are some of the ways to deal with holiday blues this Christmas?
Well, I mean, my speech and preach is always around the holistic self, taking care of self. Mm-hmm. But generally, when you're dealing with something that you know, the thing about this is just like how you decided to do this program this morning. You are aware that this is likely something that people might be having an issue with. It's not a sudden, unexpected thing. So preparation, prepare for it, plan, organize, literally schedule. The depression or the anxiety or the sadness comes when you find that you have time on your hands and you're not being occupied. So schedule it. Organize things around your whole health, your physical health, your social health, and of course your spiritual health. And you see to those, and your overall mental health will improve.
And what's the benefit of that scheduling, which I imagine is the routine? Talk to us about what the routine does to overall mental health.
Well, what you might find is that the persons who tend to have, like I said, have a historical happy time during Christmas tend to have a good time. The persons who probably had a very traumatic childhood or had some negative association with it will tend to be reflective of those times. So if you know that Christmas Eve is going to be difficult, plan something specific for Christmas Eve. If it's even you by yourself, you say, you know what, I'm going to watch a movie. I'm going to watch a specific thing. I'm going to read a book. I'm going to go to church. Or I'm going to catch up with this specific family member or this specific friend. Don't let the time just go and just catches you off guard, because that is when the negative memories might come back. But just having a general schedule, especially even if you are taking care of someone. I mean, a lot of times children are home, of course. You want to plan around those things. And, you know, the good thing about it, you know, is there's always a silver lining. The fact is that during this time we have time. We have a little extra that we can spend with ourselves, with our loved ones, just pursuing something that we don't usually have the time to afford to do.
And for the family and friends now, Dr. Longmore, of those people who are experiencing sadness or anxiety and depression, how can they support that person?
Well, as you would mostly, not necessarily because it's Christmas, but you always want to make sure that your presence is known. You know, sometimes people need time to process things, but just knowing that someone is there, that there is a support. If you know that this person if your friend is going through a difficult time, a lot of relationship discord happen during this time, unfortunately. If you're a friend and you know that, you do a daily check-in, you do every evening check-in, you know, that type of thing, or you help the person organize and structure things. At this time, too, simple basic things like meals can be quite appreciated. Cooking something, taking something for someone, inviting somebody out can also be a nice thing to do. Or just getting some fresh air, just getting the person out of the space that might be reminding them of whatever situation that is not as happy as they might think. And, you know, one thing I always say to persons when they're going through difficult times, when you think you have it bad, somebody else have it worse. So a good thing to do to make yourself feel better, it might sound selfish, but it is not. It is a mutually beneficial thing to do, is to volunteer. Sometimes we think that our situation is so dire and sad, but when you go out there and you try to help somebody else, go into some of the group homes, go to some of the elderly, the places of safety, etc., or even just the hospitals and so forth, and just bring a little cheer to somebody else, it goes a far way in making you appreciate what you have.
Are there any particular tips for children? I know earlier you mentioned the planning and organizing and all of that. Perhaps more so for the adults who are experiencing depression or sadness. But what about children who might be reflecting on something painful that happened, or the same thing, sadness and loneliness?
Or they may see their peers getting certain gifts that, mommy and daddy can't afford to get them. How do they work through those feelings?
Well, my dear, you have to. It goes back to the other aspect of health in terms of that. That is on the forefront now. The whole spiritual sense of purpose and belonging. Helping your children appreciate that there's more to life than the material things. Even though, yes, those are appreciated. You yourself, they learn by the example that you lead. A lot of times, We believe that the material things is what matters most to our children. It's the time, you know. If you spend the time with them to create something, to build something, a toy, something in lieu of what they would have wanted, to read a story. You know, one of the things that, of course, with technology, we're all getting connected and so forth, and we might be indulgent. I know Netflix is doing great during the Christmas, you know, and we may binge on certain things. But the fact is that if you schedule the time, if you plan it, if you include that in their daily activities, but you also include some physical activity, some board games. When our children see us demonstrating what is healthy, they will replicate it, and they will be more grounded to understand that, okay, there are more important things in life than the game or the whatever material thing they did not get, because mommy and daddy are basically trying their best to help me feel grounded and safe in my space, and that's what's important.
And any tips for our elderly community?
The other end of the spectrum, you know, is basically the same, but especially our elderly population, you know, they're at a life stage now. The reality is that, you know, somebody actually related to me that this might be the last Christmas. Then they contemplate things like this, and at the end of the stage, end of phase of life, elderly persons are in that phase of what we call generativity versus stagnation. They're considerate of the legacy that they're leaving behind, and a lot of connectivity with younger generations is lost. So it would be good to make an effort to reach out, to connect, to maintain some sense of appreciation, to have them heard. You know, just go sit down, spend some time, leave pictures, you know, leave something, a little token that, you know, that individual will appreciate. And again, it goes back to the volunteerism. Let the grandkids spend some time with the grandparents. Little things like that goes a far way in making that elder person feel appreciated and valued.
Yeah, and not alone.
Yes, exactly. And use technology to enhance it. Teach them how to. You have the time now. Teach grandma, grandpa how to use Skype, how to use WhatsApp, video call, etc., etc. Use the time to enhance life generally, because we hardly get this time off. So even though it might seem like, okay, I don't have anything to do X, Y, and Z, it's for you to find and focus on the things that you don't normally have time to do.
Yeah.
Dr. Sapphire Longmore, thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it.
No problem. Happy holidays to you.
You too. You know, it's that thing about teaching the elderly how to use the thing. Grandma has this way. I'm trying to teach her how to use the video call feature.
Yeah.
And when the call comes in, King, she does this. Hello? And I say, Grandma.
She puts it to her mouth.
Yeah, and I say, no, Grandma. Just pull it away from your face. And she holds it away, it shows like this. No, Grandma. You have to look at the camera, at the phone, at the same time. And then she gets frustrated and she don't bother. Good morning, Grandma. But we continue to try. We continue to try. Good morning, Grandma.
Front Page was brought to you today by ABC Electrical Sales. For a better choice in the electrical business.
You're listening to Nationwide 90 FM. The time is...
It's 8:01.
Across Jamaica is brought to you by the Contractor Center. We provide solutions for everyday challenges.
From the mountainside to seaside, countryside to townside, inside and outside, it's Across Jamaica this morning.
Taking you across Jamaica this Tuesday morning, I'm Ricardo Brooks. Now an Ananda alert has been activated for 14-year-old Shanice Atkinson of New Longsville in Clarendon. Shanice is of brown complexion, medium build, and has a tattoo on her right foot with a name on it and another tattoo on her finger with the letter K. The Maypen police are reporting that Shanice was seen leaving home on Friday, December 15. At the time, she was wearing a black blouse with shiny patterns on the front, a black skirt, and a pair of black slippers. All efforts to locate her have proven futile. Anyone knowing the whereabouts of Shanice Atkinson is being asked to contact the Maypen police at 876-986-2208. That's 876-986-2208. The police 119 emergency number or the nearest police station. And an alert has also been activated for 14-year-old Rajay Swearing of the City of Refuge Children's Home. Rajay has been missing since Friday, December 15. He's of brown complexion, slim build, and is about 168 centimeters or 5 feet 6 inches tall. The Mavis Bank police report that Rajay was last seen at the home at about 6:30 in the morning. His mode of dress at the time he went missing is unknown, and all efforts to locate him have proven futile. Anyone knowing the whereabouts of Rajay Swearing is being asked to contact the Mavis Bank Police at 876-977-8004. That's 876-977-8004, the Police 119 emergency number, or the nearest police station. The Rural Agricultural Development Authority, RADA, is encouraging farmers to improve their disaster management practices in light of recent earthquake activity jolting Jamaica. RADA livestock specialist Maxine Brown says general disaster management practices can be used to reduce damage caused by earthquakes, hurricanes, heavy rains, and flooding. She says after a natural hazard, farmers should make sure the water supply for their animals is not contaminated in any way and check the facility where animals are kept. Ms. Brown says if animals get injured during natural hazards such as an earthquake, medical attention should be provided immediately. As part of best practice, farmers should also have a first aid kit for themselves should they sustain injury on the farm, as well as one for their animals to treat minor wounds. Farmers are also reminded to construct sturdy facilities to house and shelter their livestock. Ms. Brown says coops, stables, barns, and sheds should be able to withstand certain shocks. Finally, across Jamaica this morning, the Bureau of Standards Jamaica BSJ is working to strengthen the country's disaster resilience by training more stakeholders to ensure compliance with updated building codes. Building codes are standards and regulations referenced in the Building Act of 2018 and implemented through the Ministry of Local Government and Community Development. The Director of Standards at the BSJ, Julia Bonner-Dwight, says stakeholders are being trained through a partnership with the University of Technology under the Disaster Vulnerability Reduction Project, DVRP. The $30 million World Bank funded DVRP is being implemented by the Jamaica Social Investment Fund. The project, which commenced in 2016, is expected to conclude in May 2024. Mrs. Bonner-Dwight says more than 50% of those trainees are from the Ministry of Local Government and its agencies. The 9-month training program commenced on October 30 with an intake of 25 participants at UTEC and covers several different codes detailed in the Building Act. She says the BSJ will continue to receive support as it works to update the national building codes. That's your trip across Jamaica this Tuesday morning. I'm Ricardo Brooks.
Across Jamaica was brought to you by Contractor Center. We provide solutions for everyday challenges.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. We are now inviting passengers on board for the new JetBlue CIBC First Caribbean credit card. Earn up to 30,000 bonus TrueBlue points with your first transaction and earn on everyday purchases. Plus, get up to 10,000 anniversary bonus points every year after. Please fasten your seatbelts and prepare for takeoff. Visit CIBCFCIB.com/JetBlue for more information on where Blue can take you.
Here at Aslan Super Center, you can fill your Christmas list.
It's a December to remember. Get ready for 24 days of deals with the Azan Super Center Super Sale. From now until Christmas, experience the sale event of the season with incredible savings on a wide range of items. There won't be a better time to get all of your gifts, decorations, and everything in between. So fill your Christmas list at the Azan Super Center Super Sale.
So this Christmas, make it Aslan Super Center for sure.
It's a lifestyle.
Jumpstart your fitness goals with Express Fitness. Sign up today and restart your fitness journey at an Express Fitness location near you. Enjoy safe, comfortable, and well-equipped gyms from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. daily. Call 554-5180 for a full listing of our open locations. Express Fitness. Express Fitness. Your goal. Our mission.
ABC Electrical takes this opportunity to wish good health and prosperity to all their valued customers and contractors for their business. They send a hearty thank you and gratitude for the support and look forward to serving you even better in the coming year. ABC, a better choice in the electrical business.
Family advice, you don't know Lali, Shot and Tali. And I have a message from Bank of Jamaica to the entire Jamaica. Two grand. Hey, if you make change for the 5 grand, 5 grand. Now if you chaffer with a bag of 1,000, just use the brand new 2 grand. Bank of Jamaica, if you tell you this, the new note, don't stress them. Wash or bleach them. Don't iron or exposed to eat friend. Don't ripen or experiment. Don't crease and don't crush them. Don't bore them, just store them. From the advice, you don't know Lali, Shot and Tali. And that was a message from Bank of Jamaica. BOJ, them deaf, them better listen to this. Hey, yeah. I didn't even know them. Hey, I didn't even know them. 50, 100, and 5, 1,000. Polymer notes, and the 5 grand. I didn't even know them, bang. Hey, I didn't even know them, yeah.
Alright, listeners, as you heard Tana say earlier, it's the week of cheer, so we're going to be doing a series of activities in celebration of Christmas, and as usual, Tana have me doing things I can't do. So Tana has a gift wrap challenge and a card making challenge. I'm going to make Marigold Weber a Christmas card.
Yeah.
And I'm going to attempt to see if I can wrap this box as a gift.
Yeah, because Christmas is a time of gifting. So you have to do the gift wrapping challenge.
All right. This is not timed. This is not timed.
Michelle, are you timing us?
Don't time it, Michelle, because I can't do that. So you have to head on over to the YouTube, the backup YouTube channel, Nationwide 90 FM Live, to see me attempt to do this. I'm going to do it, I'm going to angle the bangle here. Just watch me.
So it's Nationwide 90 FM.
All right.
That's the YouTube channel we're on this morning.
90 FM Live.
90 FM Live, right?
All right. So if I put
Nationwide 90 FM space live, and live is in caps.
Okay.
LIVE, and you'll be able to find us. And but why did you start already?
Oh, sorry. Me does
I can't.
Maths. May I try maths?
Michelle has to tell us to go.
Oh, okay.
Our producer.
All right. Hi, Michelle.
So she's giving us. Michelle is giving us a countdown. Sit in the chair, Mish.
Here's a super duper producer, Michelle. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
after 2.
1.
But Tana, fix your box.
Fix my box? In the wrapping paper?
Yes.
All right,
just as how Ricardo fixed his. He's cheating.
I'm not. I mean, she probably know.
He was already sizing out.
Yeah, but because you probably know how to do it. That's the problem.
All right, go now.
Okay. Boy. All right. Okay. Oh, this is actually not that hard.
See?
Okay.
I like this wrapping paper.
Oi.
So I'm going to tape the top sides first, so it makes it easier to handle.
Yep.
The opposite ends.
All right.
Ricardo, you tape while you go.
Hold on, Michelle. Hold.
One tape you use.
Hold that part. Listen
You
me.
have tape you use it.
No, mega. Why?
One tape on the table.
Alright. Hey. Okay.
Ricardo can't even pull.
Hold on, no. Okay.
I'm using my tummy to hold.
Oh my God.
Ricardo.
Okay, this is not.
Marigold, don't let him wrap.
Yeah.
Don't let him do it wrap.
Yeah.
This tape is sticky.
Right? Michelle, hold this for me.
You're not supposed to be getting help. What?
Okay.
You know the dads who want to rap and they can't. They decide they want to do it quickly. Jesus.
There we go. Alright. Hold on. It's a come together. Alright, let's trust the process now. Just trust the process. Trust the process.
Process they can't trust.
There we go. Alright. And then you go sun out. And then you match the part right as a boom. There. Alright.
It wasn't time, but Tana is the winner and hers is.
Tana done?
Yes.
What?
Ricardo, what are you doing?
Wasting all the tape.
Okay, there we go. Alright. And let's put it in. There we go.
Put it on the bowl. Alright, flip it over so the nice part shows.
Okay.
Flip it over. Good. And put on the bowl.
It's like a kid wrap.
Wait, you put on the board already?
Yes.
So you do all of that already?
Because if you are
Ta-da! There we go.
Give our YouTubers a 360.
Right, and let me tell you why this is the better wrapped gift, listeners. Because Tana's gift. Oh, a piece of tape here, kind of loose. Okay, put a piece of tape. Okay, there we go. Tana's gift is going to require the giftee to rip the wrapping paper. But my gift with this elegant wrap that you're seeing here is easy to pull because you just take off this tape right there and then you take off this tape and then you lift up. Wait, but a tear. Wait, I'm soon taking it up. Hold on. Okay, hold on, let me show. Alright, just.
Yeah, you were just finessing that and clearly it's not working.
Yep.
Okay. Alright, so the point is my which part of them? Let me never one paper so I could have pulled easy. Michelle.
The person is not gonna get into that gift.
What is scissors there? Give me scissors.
You didn't do the math well.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, you ripped the tape. Okay.
Alright. So, and then you can see that my gift wrapping is versatile because if you need to re-gift, you just pat down the sides like that. Just like that. And there we go. And then you have a nice box. Hi, Nora. Got your gift. You see? And look at that. Look at that nice bow. Look at the presentation. And all you have to do,
trying to justify it, you know.
You just
Ricardo destroyed the wrapping
You just
paper.
hold down this part like this, and you just say Merry Christmas. See there? Marigold, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Marigold, Merry Christmas.
Yeah, but that's the part you
know,
present.
Should buy the gift bag with
yeah, so for Ricardo's gifts, we'll just put them in a gift bag with some tissue paper.
Nora, if my carry this come here, this own the gift. Yeah, Merry
No.
Christmas, man. Pick up yourself.
Nora
look
doesn't
Nora.
approve.
Look at your own. Yeah, no, it's too neat.
Neat.
You know, come from the heart. You know, have the.
What do you mean?
You know, have the effort. Like this, you can see.
It has a lot of effort.
Listen, if you look at my one, you know, say he's a trying youth. I mean, I try to make the person feel special. Look there. Look at that. You don't feel special if you get this. Yeah, watch it.
Trying youth.
My gift wrapping has character. Tana's is.
But this is my character.
No.
I'm neat.
Well, This has character. This says I put effort into it. This says, you know, I can't do it, but I love you, Marigold, so I try for you.
YouTubers vote.
No, don't bother with that. Cause you know them bias and they might give you 10 and give me 6.
Vote.
But yeah, there we go, Marigold. All right.
Whose gift wrapping was better executed?
No, them are gonna say you.
Let's do that.
See that? I would just put that right as now. See that?
Yeah.
Merry Christmas. Look at that.
Place the box right there.
Nice. Merry Christmas. All right. So the card now.
Making
the card now.
So let's take a break and then come back with the next challenge.
Make a plan to stay on top of your mortgage. Stick to it. Pay on time. The time by the NHD is
8:18.
Rent or buy your hurricane supplies from Total Tools. Visit 102 Main Street, Ocho Rios, or 34 Slipe Road, Kingston 5. The temperature brought to you by Total Tools Jamaica is
26 degrees Celsius in capital city Kingston, 25 out west in Montego Bay.
Touching lives every day, all through the holidays. A part of all you do. Sagicor, make you feel secure. Reaching out for more. We'll always see you through. Reach for more. Whatever you're dreaming for this Christmas time, we'll help you achieve them. You're never alone. Taking care of your Christmas needs. Take care of your New Year's dreams. Every day helping you succeed. That's what Sagicor means. Today's needs, tomorrow's dreams. Sagicor.
The Christmas arts and crafts continue. So if you're not on YouTube, you need to be on YouTube because it's visual. Yeah. So Nationwide 90 FM Live is the channel. So you go on over. Oh, we get marker too. All right, cool. All right, no, this me can do. Watch me do this fast now. Ready?
Can I have a scissors?
We ready?
So our next challenge is to make a Christmas card.
We can start?
Wow, though.
Aren't
you excited?
I don't want to see my teeth.
And we have some pieces that we can use to enhance the look of our card.
May I start now?
Some heart shapes, a couple razzle dazzles, some diamonds.
Not a razzle dazzle.
We have glitter glue.
Okay.
Yeah, and our producer Michelle is what is this, Mish? Some more razzle dazzle.
Michelle, what kind of scissors is this?
Here.
It's a decorative scissors.
So this
also,
can cut paper?
Cut the paper in curves, scissors. I suppose.
Oh.
There you go.
Okay. Okay. All right. All right. Let me see. Because I know say try pick up it on. Oh. Oi.
So we're making. What do you mean? He brought the scissors?
Okay. Oh wait.
Making a Christmas card.
Hold up on the FM, Michelle.
So no, why are you getting help?
Okay. All right. We'll cut it. All right. Okay. Just do the part here. It's a card,
I'm
right?
going to add a heart to my card.
It's a card, right? Yeah, Christmas card. So you just angle the bangle here, and you cut right as so. Hey. All right. Cool. Coming on nicely. Big some glue now. Here's some glue.
Spray.
Yeah.
Let's spread some love on this heart.
Okay.
I mean on this card.
Alright, let's do this. And you do that.
Hopefully this sticks.
And you put on this. So. Alright. Cool. I'm
gonna use my marker.
Can I have some what that? You have glitter over there?
I have some glitter glue.
Oh. Okay. Alright. Listeners, this Tana always set me up in him so because she knows she better at it than me.
Up.
And then she make fair thing look
Didn't you
good.
approve of these activities?
Yeah, but me never know that site I got hard. Alright. So put the good glue right as so.
But you seem to be doing fine.
No, but that's sorry for me. And there you go so. Oh, it non-stick. What is non-stick?
Do you have a green marker over there that I could borrow?
No.
Like a darker green?
I have blue, red, and purple.
Oh, I guess it's the only green.
Alright. Put this here. Aha! Listeners, look at this. Hey, watch it. Watch card. Watch card. Hey, Buzina, hey. Alright. Okay. Alright. And then you have to get the marker. And then you write Mary.
Do you have tape?
Chris Mass. And you put one little tree. Okay. Alright, listeners, it's coming together real nicely for me. Tana struggling.
I am a little bit.
Yeah, man. Tell us the other one I'm going to beat you, Because, yeah, Michelle by the other one. Hold on. You said this is glitter glue?
It is.
So it's glue that glitters?
Right.
Okay.
Don't mess it up now and put too much.
But it now come out of your buckle. No glue now come out of your buckle. Where do I pull off a cap?
So improvise.
That's not what happens here. Michelle, the glue, glitter glue, not glue. Ooh. Oh, wow. Oh, dear. Oh! Just spill. Whoa! Okay. Why we have so much? Hold this, Michelle. Never know you have so much in that buckle. So I'm gonna take off that part there right there, so it hide the Christmas, so me right there, so.
It dries clear.
Oh, it does? Okay, good.
It does dry.
Alright, so I just need to make it spread. Okay. There we go. Alright, cool. Alright. No, but I say, oh man. You say Michelle Byers? Wait up and tell us about oh. What the over?
Because it's creative.
Let me see what I do. That don't look good.
Bad mind.
Alright. Have yourself a merry little Christmas night.
Can I have some more glue?
No. There we go.
Hater.
Jesus, Michelle, it's run all over the place. Alright. Okay, there we go. Alright. Also, this is it's a glue so it sticks, right?
You see it right into the Christmas.
Yeah. Christmas is about celebration and mission. Alright.
We're almost there.
Me done.
Me
done. Me done.
If you are listening on radio,
Me finish.
hop on over to our YouTube channel, Nationwide 90 FM Live.
Oh, wait here. Give me tape. Can I have some tape?
That's where we're broadcasting from this morning. So you'll be able to see the finished product.
There we go. And just give me...
Ricardo.
Shh, Michelle, just trust the process. No, trust the process. Give me some tape. And then you go so. Just this. Alright, there we go. Good. Okay, I'm done.
I'm almost done.
Merry Christmas. And when you open it, it's oh wait, no, I can't do this. I can put this in here soon. And what we glue there? That too big. First of all, that not sell in a Kingston bookshop because that too big. That not sell up at Walmart or Mega Mart or Price Mart. That too big. Nobody not buy that.
Merry Christmas. Oh wow.
Okay, Here's my card.
Here's the reveal. And Ricardo is showing his card on camera.
What is?
You got a proud of it in it?
There it is. Listeners.
It's so crowded.
It's not crowded. It has character. Notice you have the nice Christmas King, zoom in on this one, okay? You feel like you're on them side, you know. Thank you, sir. Good. So, listeners, note we have up at the top you can see the Merry, listeners. There we go. The Merry, and then it says Christmas. And we have a little tree over here, so. And then we have these Christmas colored ornaments, these things, yeah. And then when you open the card, because I love you so much, Margot, look at that, boom, big art, love you. And he doesn't know when we open the card. And then over here, King, there we go. It says, have yourself a merry little Christmas night. See that? And he does lock back the card, and I just you that, and he just put it on your gift.
Why is the table lifting?
Why you mind the business? Why you mind the business over there so with your purple art? Because purple is not even a Christmas color.
You have purple inside of your card.
That's not a Christmas color. I don't know why you have it outside if it's inside. So, there we go. There we go, listeners. So that's my card. Mm-hmm.
Lift your thumb off of it.
No. No, you cannot lift my thumb. I don't need to lift my thumb. There we go.
Here's
so
my
first
card.
of all, listeners, that's too big. You ever seen no Christmas card big,
Here's
sir?
my card.
That's too big, Tana. Oh.
Yeah. With some refining, you could find this in a store.
No, you could not. That first of all, it can't hold on the shelf. It's too big. King.
I have a Christmas
tree. It's not
tree.
too big, King. It's too big.
Yeah. And some nicely placed ornaments.
Oh, let me see inside of the card.
I haven't written anything inside.
That is not a card. That is not a Christmas
because I'm going to allow my YouTubers to write messages to me that I'm going to place on the inside.
No, that's not the rule.
So YouTubers, go ahead.
That's not the rule, Tana.
Go ahead and send your Christmas messages.
No, sir.
And I shall screenshot them and place them inside. Yeah.
That's not the rule.
And then I can put this up in my office space and always remember you guys.
Oh my God, you are
for Christmas
shamelessly
2023.
pandering. That's not the rule.
For Christmas 2023. Yeah. So Christmas tree, I added some little diamond studs to the Merry Christmas at the bottom.
Listen, I finish. You never finish.
Some
Just
ornaments,
improvise the part there, but
placed.
put things in the middle, you know.
Yeah. So the Christmas tree design, a star at the top there. Yeah.
Remember, I have a heart in mine. Yeah. I have a heart, a big, nice heart. There we go. Love you. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, let me just put this under it. See that? Watch it. Watch it. Watch Christmas card. Watch it.
They are falling apart.
They are not falling apart. Look, I can shake it on and nothing. Look at that.
Look at that. Oh, dear.
Nothing has moved. Nothing has fallen apart. See there? Merry Christmas, listeners. And you just open it up. And again, remember the big heart. And it's over here, so have yourself a merry little Christmas night. There you go.
I like the inside.
Thank you. I like your little studs since we're giving compliments. You got diamond studs at the bottom. That's
It's
nice.
a cute card, though.
It's too big.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can see it on there.
It's a cute card. Once I place it on the bookshelf in our office, yeah, you won't miss it.
Okay.
An obvious display.
I think I won. I'm just saying.
Whatever.
Yeah. Up next, I'll fear you.
Sardine for the chef and the beginner. Follow the one with pepper, that are the winner. Shop on supermarket, everybody selling.
Sardines, follow the better flavor.
The time is 29 minutes to 9.
Don't miss out on the Flow Christmas in a flash sale. We're giving you more this Christmas so you can save big. Sign up for Yard and Road at the extra special price of only $3,999 plus GCT per month. Plus, get a free Samsung phone and earbuds. It's the Christmas in a flash sale. Sign up today and save. Offer ends December 21. Visit discoverflow.co or your nearest Flow store to sign up today. Conditions apply.
Flow makes Christmas bright and blue because it's all inspired by you.
The management and staff of Banmark West and Negril would like to extend season's greetings to their loyal customers. Let the peace and the joy of this holiday season be yours now and throughout the new year. So this season, visit Banmark for all your bikes and bike rentals or call 957-0196. Happy holidays from Banmark.
Enough power tool, big to small. Jackama figure dig the wall. Our Total Tools. Feed waka figure trim the lawn. We have everything a job demand. Total Tools. We rent them, sell them and fix them. Also give Total Tools a call. When they say home improvement, landscape construction, a Total Tools are your option. Home improvement, landscape construction, Total Tools are your option. Total Tools located at 102 Main Street, Ocho Rios and 34 Slipe Road, Kingston. Call or visit us today.
At this special time of year, the JTA Cooperative Credit Union wishes to thank all its valuable members for their unwavering support throughout 2023. Thank you, educators, for giving us the opportunity to serve you and impact your lives positively. We wish you all the best for the season and look forward to serving you in 2024.
Touching lives every day, all through the holidays. A part of all you do, Sagicor, make you feel secure. Reaching out for more, we'll always see you through. Reach for more, whatever you're dreaming for this Christmas time. We'll help you achieve them. You're never alone. Taking care of your Christmas needs, take care of your New Year's dreams. Every day helping you succeed. That's what Sagicor means. Today's needs, tomorrow's dreams. Sagicor.
A Healthier You is brought to you by Express Fitness, your goal or mission, and Horton's Pharmacy, a family tradition of dispensing and caring for 100 years.
It's time now for A Healthier You, and of course we're focused on eating healthy during the festive season because a lot of people are preparing for the big feast this weekend. So the Christmas holiday is just around the corner, and for those with chronic lifestyle diseases, a balanced, healthy diet is key. Planning meal options ahead of time can reduce overeating. So, what should be on the menu for the festive holiday season? We're being joined by a dietitian and managing director at Complete Healthcare Solutions, Janet Ranking. Good morning, Janet.
Good morning. How are you doing? And happy compliments of the season to you.
And to you, I'm doing very well, Janet. I made a Christmas card and I'm very proud of myself.
Wow.
Yeah? Very proud of myself.
I guess you're sending it to me, right?
I'll make you one because I have more supplies are left.
Okay, great.
All right. So, for those who are living with chronic diseases or illnesses, what should they be thinking of when Christmas dinner comes to mind?
Well, of course, in Jamaica we're plagued with, the diseases such as the diabetes, the hypertension, the high cholesterol, obesity, and cancers. And so it is important for us to look really because, of course, these are lifestyle diseases, and the way we eat impacts these conditions at a very fast rate. And so in the Christmas season, we tend to eat a lot of high-fat foods like our hams, fried foods, our high-fat meats, high salty foods because, of course, the high-fat foods affects the diabetes and the cholesterol and allows you to gain weight, which actually triggers the diabetes and the hypertension and high cholesterol to be increased. And, of course, if you have cancers, you need to stay away from these processed foods as well. The high salty foods, of course, like the hams, they were soaked in brine and cured in a high sodium, salt-rich content. And so even though we may boil the ham to get rid of some of the salty taste, it has a lot of sodium just the same, so you have to be careful. So a lot of the foods that we have are a lot of high salty foods, a lot of high sugary foods that we eat, like the cakes and the cookies and the sodas and the cereals, high starchy foods like the white rice and the snacks, and of course the alcohol beverages. And so we always encourage persons, if you're doing, say, hams, you try to remove the skin from the ham. Of course, the regular thing we do is to boil the ham to get rid of of some of the sodium, but you have to still be careful as to how much sodium is in it. And so you just do things in moderation. So you just do a very thin slice, yeah? And you try to remove the fat as possible because, of course, if you're consuming a lot of high-fat food, your diabetes, your sugar is going to go up, the pressure is going to go up, and you're going to gain weight, right? Of course, the boiling, to the taste, it tastes less salty, but you still have to be careful that it was soaked in brine for many, many months, right, or for a long period, so you have to do stuff in moderation. If you're seasoning your hams and your meat, you use your natural seasoning, so like you know, we're blessed in Jamaica, we have your tomatoes and our garlics and our onions, so you use your natural seasoning, instead of the artificial seasoning, which is lined with and cased with salt already, which the meat is already salty.
Right.
Instead of the high sugary cakes, which has the butters and the flours, the flours, you know, and stuff, we try to you know, if you're having it, just have a small piece. Or you can do like a healthy cake. We, at Lean Meals, we do healthy cakes for persons. So we do stuff with olive oil and wheat flour and honey. And use the fruit just to sweeten, and it actually gives it a nice flavor. You still don't feel like you're boxed in a corner, you can't eat anything. You still do foods which you know, is in line with the Christmas season, but it's just done healthy. So if you can have that option, that's a good option to have.
Let me just ask Janet, is the and just to be clear, is the advice that those things should be completely cut out or moderation?
Moderation, if you can find a healthier option.
Okay.
Yeah?
Okay.
So it depends on the severity of your condition, because if your condition is controlled, then of course you can have a small slice. If it is not controlled and you're having readings of 12 and 13 each time,
you want to cut it out.
Then you want to stay away from those things, right? So it's dependent on how severe you are and where you are and what your health goals are, right? A lot of persons tend to eat a lot of rice and simple carbohydrates, and we encourage persons to do more complex carbohydrates, like, you know, the yams. We're blessed in Jamaica, we have our yams and our sweet potatoes. Incorporate those in your eating, because of course what happened, because it has high fiber, it tends to release sugar at a slower rate in your body than the white rice and the white flours would, and so your sugar level tends to spike at a slower rate. So it is better to have the high fiber foods, so like your ground provisions, your wheat items, and your high fiber foods. And of course it will, you know, allow you to gain weight at a slower rate. Alcoholic beverage, I can't stress this enough, these are high in calories, and so it will cause your sugar level, your cholesterol. If you're on medication, you're not supposed to be taking alcohol in general.
Right.
And so we have to be careful. I always tell some of my male clients, you know, if you go to a function, you have to go to your parties and stuff, you know, put some tonic water in your cup and you know, swirl it around the whole night. Nobody can know what you're having, you know. Or if
so just profile with it.
Just profile with it. Or you just have a one glass of wine, you know, just a one glass of red wine, and try to, if you're going to do two, you have to be careful. Remember, you're on medication, so you have to know your limit, and you have to do things in moderation. Like the sorrel as well. The sorrels tend to have a lot of alcohol and a lot of sugar.
No, not the sorrel.
Yeah, so you have to be careful. You have to watch it. Persons with chronic diseases, we always tell them to stock up on medication, because of course, you know, the pharmacies, some pharmacies will be closed and stuff, and you know, maybe you can't get the stuff that you need, so stock up on medication before we enter the festive season. I know, maybe some people may even curse me out and think I'm crazy, but try to slip some exercise in. Remember, exercise.
You know the middle of the eating, Janet?
Yes. Exercise.
Oh God, man, Janet, with the hammer, everything. Got exercise.
Exercise releases hormone in your body that will bring down the pressure and the sugar and the cholesterol and all of those things, right?
Yeah.
So even if you get up in the morning, before you start everything, even all we're asking for out of the 24 hours, just give us 30 to 45 minutes. That's all.
Fair. What about those who say, boy, Me go enjoy my Christmas, and then January 1, me healthy.
That is always the case, but as we say, you have to do things in moderation. You don't want
That's the
in
buzzword
January,
today.
you gain 15 pounds and you're trying your whole life to take it off. Yeah, you don't want in January for your sugar readings to be so high or your cholesterol readings or whatever to be so high that you have to be placed on medication. Yeah, or placed on higher doses of medication. So it's best you just do things in moderation. So in January, it won't be such a I mean, I get more clients, so I don't mind. Because we're careful about our health.
Yes.
Try not to stress too much about the festive season. Try and relax. If you have these conditions and you're stressed out, you're stressed out about, getting money or stressed out about, preparing for family and stuff. Once your cortisol level increases, then the conditions tend to get worse. And you will gain even more weight. And so we tell you, try to relax as much as possible. And of course, if you're depending on how severe your chronic disease is, you may have to have persons who come and help you or do errands for you and stuff. We still also, especially for the persons with cancers, you have to still remember that there are many diseases going around, the flu and the COVID and stuff. So if you're going in public spaces, parties and stuff, wear your mask. Because it is important to protect yourself. You can't forget that.
In a holistic way. If I heard you mention, for example, that the yam and the sweet potato, could have positive benefits. Are there any particular types of meats that people, struggling with these issues should look towards?
Sure. So, of course, your fishes and your chicken, the fish in general are leaner meat. And a lot of them, like the salmon and the mackerels, they have omega-3 fatty acids, which actually pulls cholesterol from your arteries. And so we tell persons, if you cannot manage the hams and stuff, and you do your fish and your chicken, you can roast your chicken and have your nice chicken, or you can do your fish, you can steam your fish, or you can do your salmon and have a piece of salmon, which actually provides you with the omega-3 fatty acids, and it doesn't have the fat.
And salmon nice, salmon nice.
Yes, but it's expensive, but so, it's small, so you can treat yourself. And so you have a piece, you have a piece of it. So the fish and chicken, persons who are vegetarians, you want to do the beans. So, you can do your curry lentils, you can do your chickpeas, you can cook it up nicely with maybe a little bit of pineapple and stuff to give you a nice little feel, Right. We do chicken ham for persons who are, who want to have that ham feeling and want to be healthy. So we do smoked chicken or chicken ham for persons as well. For persons who want to do, Christmas a healthier way, that's an option to have. Or eatery or establishment is at 29 East Kings House Road. You can always walk in, purchase your healthy cake, or order your chicken ham. You have up until Wednesday to order. Jamaicans, we last minute, even at Christmas, some people call me sometimes, you have any more ham? But you have to be, we have to do things in moderation. We're at Shop 4, and our company's Lean Meals. The brand is Lean Meals, and the company is Complete Healthcare Solution. We're at Shop 4, 29 East Kings House Road. So where Loshushan Supermarket is, we're in that same plaza, Shop 4. And our numbers are 876-416-0226 or 876-728-1971. You can get your healthy cakes, you can get your hams and stuff ready done without the fat and everything. You can get that. We provide that service because we believe that people must still enjoy yourself, but enjoy yourself in a healthy way.
Love to hear
in
that.
The Christmas season.
and for those who, because I was about to ask you, for those who may want a dietitian, is it that they call
yes,
those?
Call these same two numbers, and we do diet consultation. I'm a dietitian and a nutritionist, so we can provide you with guidance as to how to manage manage your diabetes. We also do meals for persons on a regular basis. So we do your breakfast, your lunch, your dinner, your snack, everything. I will bring down your sugar level, we'll bring down your cholesterol, we'll make you lose weight, we'll make you healthy. So we can provide all of those for you. And you can also walk in our restaurant and purchase meals, healthy meals on a daily basis, where we do, the meat, but we do it healthy. We have the vegetarian option. We have regular fish and chicken and stuff, but it's just done with no oil, very low sodium, all natural seasoning. So you can walk in and purchase your grown provisions and your food on a daily basis and live healthy and happy.
All right, just remind us where you are and the numbers to call.
All right, so we're at 29 East Kings House Road. We're in Barbican, we're Loshushan Supermarkets. We're in that plaza, Unit 4. And the company name is Complete Healthcare Solution Limited, and the brand is Lean Meals. We're at Shop 4, and the numbers are 876-728-1971 or 876-416-0226.
Can people find you on social media?
Yes, we're on all social media platforms at CHS Medical GA.
All right.
All social media platforms, CHS Medical GA.
There you have it, listeners. Janet Ranking, a dietitian and managing director of Complete Healthcare Solutions, talking to us about how to enjoy the Christmas festivities in a healthy and sustainable way. Thank you so much, Janet. Really appreciate it, and all the best for the season.
Merry Christmas, yes. Merry Christmas to you and your family.
All right. Have a good one. Bye-bye. Up next, we tell some December babies, some Christmas babies, happy birthday.
A Healthier You was brought to you by Express Fitness, your goal or mission, and Horton's Pharmacy, a family tradition of dispensing and caring for 100 years.
Yes, Kemlani Mart is making deals.
Really? Deals like what?
On scratch, dented, new furniture and appliances.
Oh, that's great.
And that's not all. Kemlani Mart has tiles, toilets, doors at crazy low prices.
So I can make a deal on a sofa set?
Of course, and dining room sets, outdoor furniture, ACs and more. No reasonable offer will be refused.
Only at Kemlani Mart, Manor Center and 77 King Street.
I love this place, you see.
Let the countdown begin! Beat the clock, hurry up and go buy a Suzuki Tic-Tac. Purchase a Suzuki Vitara, Grand Vitara or XL7 from now to December 22, 2023 from as low as $52,000 monthly. And drive into the festive season with 5 years warranty, free vehicle tracking and free servicing. Act fast and beat the clock for this offer. Available until December 22, 2023 or while stocks last. Only at Stewart's Automotive Group, South Camp Road, Kingston and Iron Shore Bay. Everything must go! We're open Saturday, December 2nd, 9th and 16th. Conditions apply.
Make sure an adult is always supervising young children while you are away. This Christmas safety tip is brought to you by the Ministry of National Security.
So good loving somebody, somebody loves you back. To be loved and be loved in return, it's the only thing that my heart desires. Just appreciate the little things I do. Oh, you're the one who's got me inspired. Keep on lifting me higher. So good, loving somebody, and somebody loves you back. It's so good, needing somebody, and somebody needs you back. We can build a world of love, a life of joy, make our goal each other's happiness. I will do for you anything that I can. Oh, every day I want to do a little more, just a little bit more. It's so
Let's kick things off in the birthday segment by wishing a very happy birthday to Betsy Powell. Yeah, our YouTuber. She's having a birthday today. Happy birthday to you, Betsy. Really hoping you're having an amazing day so far. And thank you for sharing it with us this morning. And we hope later I could just absolutely greater. And you get all the things, all of the food, all of the gifts, and a better card than Tana made.
Happy birthday to you, Betsy. Who else is celebrating a birthday today? Let's see. Happy birthday going out to Antonio Robinson, aka Robbie there in Falmouth. Happy birthday to you, Antonio. Happy birthday as well to Cavalcato in Mobay, Lancelot Leslie here in Kingston. Happy birthday to you. All of these greetings are coming from Sergeant Wallace. And happy birthday as well to Jeline Henry there of Bounty Hall, Trelawney and New York City. Happy birthday to you, Jeline. This one also coming from Sergeant Wallace.
Big up to Gordon and Faye Hutchinson on their, get this, 53rd wedding anniversary.
Wow.
That's today. The greetings are coming from their family and friends. I've met Mrs. Hutchinson, and she's absolutely a lovely lady.
No.
So, happy birthday to Gordon and Faye Hutchinson. 53 years together.
Their anniversary.
That's amazing.
Happy anniversary to the Hutchinsons. Hope you guys have a really special one. And some more birthdays and anniversaries for you. This one says, please give a big shout out to two very special people in my life. My sister, Dr. Novelet Panton, and her husband, is this Devon Panton, as they celebrate 31 years of marriage today. Wishing them continued love, wealth, health, and blessings in their marriage today and forever. From Dawn Marie and the rest of the Davis clan, enough love and respect. So happy anniversary to the Pantons.
Let's head on over to Facebook, where it's the birthday of Dominic Haynes, Debbie Everbliss King, Andrew Williams, Priscilla Abdul, Gina Campbell, Yolanda Paul, Trisha Shekels, Dexter Lee Grandison, Ludlow Barker, big up Ludlow from his mom, and the Mrs. Elaine Barker and the Barker family. Trudy Houghton Knockless, happy birthday to you. Ricardo Philpotts Brown, happy birthday. And Andrew Williams, happy birthday.
Checking over on YouTube to see if there's anybody else who's celebrating a birthday today or an anniversary. Not seeing any other, but a lot of you sending birthday greetings to Betsy Powell, or YouTuber, avid NTM listener, and NNN listener at large. Happy birthday again to you, Betsy.
Good morning, PB. How are you? Long time no see.
Hey to you, PB.
So, if it's your birthday, happy birthday. And if it's your wedding anniversary, happy anniversary. Yes, we did wish a happy 53rd anniversary to Faye and Gordon Hutchinson.
Here's another for you. Lady Smiley here on YouTube saying happy 14th wedding anniversary greetings to my husband, Patrick Smiley, and myself. So happy wedding anniversary
Lady Smiley,
to
a
the
veteran
Smileys.
of the place, man.
Yes.
14 years? You're going good, Lady Smiley. Happy anniversary.
She says, and I have to read this part, she says, big up yourself, Miss Salt Mackerel Rundown.
Wow.
Love you.
Wow.
All right, Patrick Smiley, that one for you there.
Salt Mackerel Rundown, nice though. Hey.
I know, right?
Yeah. Big
so
up, big
happy anniversary to the Smileys. Hope you guys have a good one.
When you teach the children, teach them the very best you can. World won't get no better if we just let it be. Na 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 na. The world won't get no better. We gotta change it now, just you and me.
I did see 4 Christmas messages, so tomorrow you still can post your Christmas messages in the YouTube chat so I can fill up my card. There was one in there for you too.
Rolling my eyes so hard. Arlene Rose says, send belated birthday greetings and blessings to Juliet Thompson, aka Jess in St. Elizabeth. Her birthday was on the 17th. So, belated birthday greetings to you, Juliet Thompson. Hope it was a good one.
That's all the time we have this morning. And remember, this week we're spreading cheer. So in any way you can, spread some cheer. You know, to a neighbor, to a friend, to a stranger. Let's make this week a week of cheer. Special thanks to Jermaine King, Michelle McRae Smith, George Davis, Cara Powell, all who make the show possible. Our sponsors, our contributors, and you, our valued listeners. We appreciate you so very, very much. We'll do it all over again tomorrow morning. I'm Ricardo Brooks.
I'm Tawna Thomas. Good morning.
You've just heard Nationwide this morning on Nationwide 90 FM.
We gotta change it, yeah, just you and me. Yeah. Change it, yeah, change it, yeah, just you and me. Change
Fearless and fair. Nationwide 90 FM.